You're now listening to M.E.M.E. M.E.M.E. You're now listening to M.E.M.E. Yeah, yeah. M.E.M.E. M.E.M.E.
This is the Podcast, where meme stands for music, movies, improvs, everyone must envy, where we make memes on air. We're the only podcast that memeifies and discusses Black entertainment, past, present, and non-existent, that you need to love and respect for the purpose of you appreciating the culture more and us pushing the culture forward. I am Kim Townsend.
And I am Beta Max for the episode today.
And I am Feedy Kang.
Feedy Kang.
Not junior. You senior?
I'm senior.
Still.
I just want to that's bad in me.
No, you don't.
So are you senior or junior?
I'm junior.
Or are you the third? Because the third was the one that was couldn't take his shirt off at the beginning. That was a part of Flash.
Oh, obviously I have no problems taking my shirt off. So I would be the fourth.
Oh,
You learn from your father's mistakes.
all of them.
All of them.
Great, grand, and father.
And uncle.
So this is season 8, where we show you why we're great. Meme number 90, entitled "The 5 Heartbeats." Revisited. Hashtag Jimmy was a trash manager. Hashtag your word and handshake is not good enough. Hashtag it's been a long time. You gotta say, Jimmy, it's been a long time. Hashtag crossing over is nothing but a double cross. Hashtag, as y'all just said, go ahead.
What?
I want him to be. I just want him to be a
better
better
man than me.
Somebody start
No, you
drooling. Somebody start drooling.
No, you don't.
Hashtag no, you don't.
Hashtag let me know you understand. Hashtag walking to the edge of erotica.
I'm not looking for some stolen moments. Yes, you are.
Hashtag go get your boy and detox him. Hashtag show him dresser. Hashtag
Cat daddy.
exactly. Hashtag
That ain't shit.
cool.
Hashtag cool.
Hashtag where's Bobby? Hashtag
Wait. Was that his best move? He did it like 3 times in the movie. I don't fucking know.
Kanye shrug. Hashtag fuck your office hours. Hashtag
Never said that again.
Should have said that. Should have did that.
Should have did that.
He was on time for everything after that. He was in everyone's office during their office. He didn't even discuss business outside of 5 o'clock.
Wait, yes, he did. He put his hand on his hip.
He
and,
even made
in
sure
Kane's
that
apartment.
Big Red's
It was between 9 and 5 when he did
prison
that.
visiting hours were from 9 to 5.
So you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and all podcast platforms. You're only getting season 7 and up. Was it? No, it's 8 and up.
8.
You're only getting 8 and up on those podcast platforms if you want seasons 1 through 7.5. And pre and post shows and other exclusive content. Go to our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/theMEMEpodcast, TheMEME podcast. Donate, support, and become a meme or a meme-ber. Topics of discussion. We have a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Memories like they used to be. The
Oh, you
documentary.
sound terrible.
Yeah, that's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Already, jeez. Just went away.
This shit is serious. I think it's just the aroma. Like I'm still smelling the. I'm still smelling like the oils.
I don't smell a motherfucking thing. Oh,
I
shit.
smell them.
I'm good.
Tell me, can you taste it?
I smell my cologne. I'm good.
Yeah, that's why I went into the kitchen and took that oil thing out right before I sat back down. I was like, I can smell it.
Damn, extra sensitive ass nose.
Yeah, I can smell it. So second segment, once again it's on.
For real this time.
Once again it's on.
No, to break them off, something.
Give it to me.
The bigger the cap,
the bigger the pillar.
Bigger the cap, the bigger the pillar. Totally crossed out. No, to break them off, something.
Give it to me.
It's
Shout out to the last meme.
Pause. Stop telling niggas to give it to you. And you kept pointing when you said, give it to me. Like, fucking stop.
No, it's the intro to the Bomb album.
I'm aware.
I know.
I know it is. I think you know.
So yeah, once again it's on. Memifying the movie yet again. And then last but not least, segment 3, meme conspiracy theories. So we are celebrating the 30-year anniversary. The 30-year anniversary of the movie, The 5 Heartbeats. And also we're revisiting meme number 35. Was it 35? 34.
34, yeah.
Meme number 34, The 5 Heartbeats movie review, which you can only get on Patreon. So do that, www.patreon.com/theMEMEpodcast. Donate, support, and become a meme or a meme burr to get meme number 34.
Burr.
So we can go ahead and jump into it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Memories like they used to be. The documentary. So, what is your name? Feedy King.
Feedy King.
The 4th. Didn't watch the documentary.
Sure didn't.
Why? I offered you my YouTube.
It's not that she couldn't pay for it.
And that's true.
Balling.
And also, I would like to say, you kept offering that like we just don't got $2.99.
Hey,
that was offensive.
Well, truth be told, I barely had the money to get it. Had a little money come in. You know what? Let me go ahead and put my money in on this.
Said I came into a little money.
Came to like $20. I was like, you go ahead and get this. Go ahead and rent this.
Damn, should I eat or should I watch this documentary?
Hey.
Documentary comes first.
Documentary comes first. I have ramen noodles ready to go on deck.
Oh, that goddamn sodium, boy. I feel sorry for your stomach.
I feel sorry for your nose. Still, it's fine.
How's your head, sir? Pause. Oh man,
shouldn't have did that.
We don't do that.
It'll be out there.
Thank you.
The Press Pause podcast is coming soon.
Not press play, press pause. Don't.
Just stop letting things come out of your mouth right now. Just
pause on that.
We don't do
that. So yeah, so Memories, the documentary. So
well, I didn't because, as you know, midterms were this past week.
Go ahead and let them know.
We passed.
I like to say we. Hey, no, I appreciate the we. Because I ain't going back to school, so living through you. Good job. Yes, we did. Good job.
Well, we passed. Co-host here, consistently checking to make sure, even though I put in the group chat like, yo, I'll get back to y'all in a minute. I'm about to sit down and, midterm start right now. He was like, oh shit, well, how's it going? How do you feel? Is it going all right? You okay? So, I mean, we passed. So
you cared. Act like you didn't. I forgot about it. Let me go back to what I was doing.
But midterms were this week, and on top of midterms, there's still assignments that need to be done. So I took care of things that needed to be taken care of. So we stalled you out for the Chadwick show. I only didn't watch a documentary. I still have notes on the 5 Heartbeats show.
Well, since you bring up the Chadwick episode, I'm gonna stall you out. do what you just said.
On the strength.
And all alone, you get off on your own.
Yes.
I bought myself, to congratulate myself and celebrate myself, I got myself a new I'll Be Sure hoodie, a new I'll Be Sure t-shirt with his face on the front, and a coffee mug.
Was it the in effect mode cover?
It actually is.
I figured it was.
It actually is.
What other album would it be?
I've never seen the album covers of the other albums.
I mean, like,
I just heard them on Spotify.
Yeah, we did the I'll Be Sure. Couldn't tell you the other album covers. I know the Effect Mode album cover.
Don't look at the album. Why would we look at the album covers?
That's true though, because you're men. So why would you?
I just remember the Effect Mode because Mom's had it.
Right.
But yeah, it's his face.
And the 3 cuts of his eyebrows trying to wild out.
He did wild out.
Yeah, he was wilding. With them dance moves in that video. Night and day video, boy. Can't forgive him for that.
Do you wanna
That's where my shoulder twerk comes from. Rescue me.
That's what he was talking about.
That's where my shoulder twerk comes from. Nigga was getting loose in that 2-piece denim.
In light.
2-piece denim.
Oh, you wore the jean jacket today.
Oh yes, yeah, that's all.
Oh,
you wore the 2-piece denim.
Yeah, shout out to Albie.
Yeah, I did it yesterday too.
So in light of you passing your midterms, I want to sing this song.
I don't know where this is going.
Let's hear guys' voices.
Betamax knows this. I love school. Say I love school.
I love school. Stay at school.
I love school.
You ready to work, Chad?
I wanna be the best I can be. When I wake up early in the morning, I say, ooh. I can't wait to see all my teachers and friends, my principal and teachers too. I love school. Say, I love school.
Can we, members out there, can someone find me who sang that?
And they got to go back to the 80s. That didn't just come out. They still playing it on K104 though.
They still play it?
Yeah, because when I was taking Angel and Dominic to school like about 2-3 years ago, it was still popping. So I was like, okay, that was back from the 80s.
Oh, they got that royalty check. They deserve it.
I am
flattered,
appalled,
apologetic that you didn't heard it sooner.
Apologetic. I see what you did there. Keep doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
So going into the memories, the documentary. So I'm gonna run down, run it down real quick, and then we'll have our discussion. So it starts off with, and we're not gonna do like scene by scene. I'm just gonna run it down because it was interesting stuff in there. Mm-hmm. So Robert Townsend was a part or a cast member of the movie Mahogany. And he used to stalk Diana, Smokey, and Berry Gordy.
So he had his shit down pat for stalking.
Duck. He got it down for Duck. And he wanted to know the ultimate question. What happened to the Temptations? Now, pretty much everyone was ducking him. Well, Diana Ross was ducking him. And he was kind of scared.
He was ducking him or avoiding him? Because ducking would now mean stalking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was avoiding. She was dipping off every time he come through with it. And he actually had footage of him like going around talking to Smokey and Barry and all that. So
that was the craziest part. Like you had all that film footage. You taped all that stuff. Beautiful.
Yes.
And he still had it. Beautiful.
And he also met with after. So he was on the set of Mahogany trying to get the answer. So this is what sparked the idea for the 5 Heartbeats movie. So once the idea came and they began to write it, probably about 86, 87, he wanted to bring, he met with David Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks to bring them on board as the executive producers to get more information regarding that. So, and that will come back around full circle. We'll talk about that shortly. So him and Kenan, they wrote the script, and like I said, it's around 86. So this was like what Hollywood Shuffle was like 86, right?
86, 87, yeah.
Right. So they started writing it, I guess, after. They could have written it while they was doing Hollywood Shuffle. So time frame doesn't really matter, the actual year, but it was around that time. So he started to write it, him and Keenan, and they finished the script. They pitched it to Warner Brothers, and everything was looking good. They approved it, and they was like, okay, we about to, get this together. Boom, 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 boom. But then they get a call from Warner Brothers. Well, no, it was approved by Warner Brothers, and they got a call from somebody else. So they was hyped up. Then they brought him in some weeks later, and it said that the story doesn't work. There was no audience, and don't know how it can be funny and dramatic. So that pretty much crushed Robert. So
yeah, you didn't see Beverly Hills Cop,
but who wasn't like a black director though? It was just Eddie Murphy in there. That's it.
But it could be funny and dramatic.
But who's backing that? So this is an excuse you would use. This is an excuse you would use to tell like we don't want a black director to shine for the most part. So you throw them old goofy ass excuses out there. So he was crushed. So it took several years to get back on board to build it back up. Now, interestingly enough, the original cast. So when it was approved, the original cast was, of course, Robert Townsend playing Duck.
Mm-hmm.
You had Keenan Ivory Wayans as J.T. Matthews, the brother.
I don't see that at all.
You had David Allen Greer as Dresser.
I don't see that at all either.
As we said in the first show, maybe Low Down Dirty Shane Keenan, but not in Living.
I'm gonna get you, sucker, Keenan.
Or in Living Color at that time.
This was pre In Living Color.
Yeah. Well,
so I'm gonna get you, sucker, Keenan.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
The Keenan with the handicapped hairline would not have worked.
No.
Well, they would have made him cut it off.
I mean, they could have slapped a wig on him.
He can't cut it off because they needed the perms and all that to mimic the 60s. So there was
some of that was wiggage. I don't believe all of that was real hair.
Oh no, that was there.
Whose hair do you think was the wig? Because it was. I know for sure it was Robert's hair, Leon's hair,
Dresser's hair, Jimmy's hair, Eddie's hair, Choir Boy's hair. Because they said it in the documentary.
But Baby Doll had a wig.
I guess she didn't love Joy like that.
Or maybe Joe didn't love her.
Well, it's because it was kind of hard to get that 60s look. She probably didn't have the hair to do that, to keep it like that. So that's probably the case. So you had Vanessa L. Williams as Dresser's girlfriend.
The black one?
Yes. The white one.
The light skin.
I said the white one.
Oh, okay.
Light skinned.
That's not nice.
The light skinned one.
Well, I mean, because there's two of them.
Oh, yeah.
But Vanessa, when it's Vanessa L. Williams, it's the light skinned one.
Oh.
It's Vanessa light skinned Williams.
The L stands for light skin. Got it.
You had Bobby McGee and Damon Wayans as Leon and Lester. So Bobby McGee is still in there, but they would have had Damon Wayans as the light-skinned one, the tall, light-skinned one. Mm-hmm. He would have been, I guess, Lester.
As opposed to what my thought was for today.
What was your thought today?
Nas and Jay-Z.
No, we'll get to that. And then Robert was pushing to get Denzel.
Not John David, but the other Washington.
Oh, the senior, the Denzel.
Oh, the father. Okay, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I like him.
So Denzel as Eddie Kane Jr. And he was like stuck on like I want Denzel.
I have a problem with that.
What problem do you have?
I don't see Denzel as a singer type.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
What would that look like? Oh, let me add this last part. Then we'll go into like the I guess you can say what if, like what would it look like? Mm-hmm. So Whitney Houston, he was pushing to get Whitney Houston as Baby Doll.
He might as well have gotten Janet.
Pleasure Principal.
Yeah, that would have been a great second choice.
That would have been a great even first choice.
No, first choice, I can understand why you want Whitney because it's the princess, but like if you're like, oh, I can get Beyonce. Well, I can get Rihanna. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, great. Like somebody, you just skip Rihanna. You just went and got some random nigga off the street.
So if if Whitney Houston passes and then Janet Jackson is busy because she's working on her Control album.
That's really be around Rhythm Nation time.
Yes, the second time around. Yes. Well, he was pushing for
Oh yeah,
both
yeah.
times.
Control with the first when he first did it.
And then Rhythm Nation would be the second. Now, what the next step would be like Jody Watley? If those two didn't work, would you go to Jody Watley or Stephanie Mills or?
I'm looking for a new love, baby.
Yeah, you can do like
a new love.
Yeah, there's levels he could have went down to.
Yeah,
he didn't have to go get a
top tier.
Yeah, get a top tier. But even though she did an amazing job in the movie, if that's what you were going for, then yeah, you could have kept going.
Gotcha.
I mean, you got Diana Carroll and everything. You could have. That means you know your stuff,
right?
Just keep looking.
So back to Denzel. Denzel as Eddie Kane Jr. How would that look?
So my issue is
now this is pre-X, right? This is pre-X.
It's like
86, and then if he shot it, it would have been like 90. So it would have been like
2-3 years before Malcolm X.
So what would this have been like? Mo Better Blues era?
No, it'd be before Mo Better Blues. So Mo Better Blues was after X. It's the one right after X.
So what was he doing in the 90s? Early 90s. He did the movie with he did that goofy ass movie with
Mighty Quinn.
Yeah, with Robert Townsend. When Robert Townsend was playing the Jamaican with the crazy wig, with the dreadlock wig. So
guess who's coming to dinner?
So
he did that too?
No,
I know Sidney Poitier did the original. I thought he did a remake of that, something like that. Like he did Fences or something like that. Anyway.
So how would that play out? When did Mississippi Masala come out?
Was that like 93, 94?
No,
that was after X, wasn't it? Or was it before X?
I don't remember.
It seemed like one of those before X.
So I was just trying to get a framing as to which Denzel we talking.
The Glory. Right after Glory.
Right after Glory Denzel. So how would he fare as Eddie King Jr.?
I don't see
it. Like I
don't see what Robert saw.
And maybe that's the part of the vision that I'm missing.
Well, maybe because, they played together in Glory. Mm-hmm. They played together in that goofy ass movie, The Mighty Quinn. So it was like,
and then they played together in A Soda Story.
Was he in Glory? Was Robert Townsend in Glory? No, it was Soda Story.
Soda Story, yeah, Soda Story.
David Allen Greer was in
Soda Story.
No, who was in Glory? I know Ferris Bueller and
wait, was it Robert in? Oh shit! No. I looked it up. Robert's. I don't remember seeing Glory on there.
Okay, so it was Soldier Story.
It was Soldier Story.
Confused. All right, so we don't see Denzel as Eddie King Jr.
I don't see it.
Me personally, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Even if I go past that, you have to have the somewhat evilness of Alonzo in Training Day. Mm-hmm. You would have to have the music. The musicality or whatever of Mo Better Blues. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was there yet.
Are you ready?
I don't see it.
You know how I feel about you. Something that I just can't hide. But yeah, sorry.
So yes,
we'll be breaking out in song in random parts of this episode.
Oh, for sure.
As we do every episode. We'll continue.
So moving forward, 3-4 years, they approved the script again, but at this time, Keenan had to leave to do In Living Color. He couldn't wait due to not making any money for all those years that they was waiting, and of course Damon Wayans gets pulled, David Allen Greer gets pulled because they're a part of In Living Color. So then he has to go out and find new talent for the next wave. So he begins to do auditioning in New York, Chicago, and LA. So those are the 3 spots that he does the auditioning. So we see a slew.
Slew is a good word.
A slew of upcoming actors and actresses who were, and he had video footage of that too. So that was another thing that you actually saw these like snippets of the auditioning. So you had Michael J. White. And these are just randos. It wasn't like, oh, he's going to play this. And it's just random people that popped up in the audition. So he had Michael J. White.
I don't see where he could have fit, but it's very interesting.
And his name is Jai.
Michael Jai White?
Jai.
Okay, sorry, Michael. I know you can whip my ass. I'm sorry.
Most definitely.
I ain't even going to front.
That's black royalty. Literally.
He could have played Flash.
I could see that.
Okay, I like that.
We had Garcelle. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Bueves.
Okay, Bueves. She popped up.
Oh, fancy.
I'm pretty sure that's probably like a baby doll. You had Alan Harry Chest Payne. He popped up.
Dresser, obviously.
Go shirt, nigga.
Then you had the young brother from Boomerang. Yes, my queen. He popped up.
To do what?
I guess to play one of the siblings.
I
It was him and Q's brother.
Oh yeah,
because both of them was in there.
Yeah, they couldn't have been nobody but the random siblings that popped up when their song was playing on the radio.
Then you had a young Juicy and Journey.
Juicy Journey.
Juicy and Journey Smollett was popped up on the scene. You had Dorian Wilson.
Oh, goddamn Professor.
Who?
The Professor?
Professor.
From goddamn
That's
Parkers.
the Parkers, ain't
Parkers,
it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's because I couldn't remember the show. I know his face. I was like, damn, that's not...
Professor Ogilvy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember names because I didn't watch it.
Like to the closet. Shout out to Cat Williams.
Yeah, because I was like, that's not Moesha Pops. He's somebody. I know him, but I don't know him.
Well, yeah, that's a good by proxy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
By proxy. Then there was a Clifford Powell. He was in there. He popped up.
That's
Chauncey.
Clifton.
Oh, it's Clifton?
What did he say?
Clifford. Nigga.
Clifton Powell.
That man's name is Clifton.
Okay. Chauncey.
Or yeah, call him by
that bitch ass nigga Chauncey.
Right. Or Pinky.
No, that hoe ass nigga Chauncey.
Then
no, it was another word we can't say here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he said the F-bomb. Yes.
F-bomb, man.
Then a surprising one popped up. A surprising face popped up. Don Cheadle.
Damn.
No, I'm sorry. Damn.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
You know, I would say that reminded me that Kevin Hart is kind of funny sometimes.
Damn.
So Don Cheadle popped up. So then we have Sarge. You see the interview with Sarge.
Before you left off the great Tia and Tamara was on there too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. That must have skipped that.
And they were obviously auditioning to be siblings.
Right.
They had to be, yeah. Definitely can be Baby Doll in the Crystals.
Baby Doll
in the Crystals.
So then you had Sarge. So Robert speaks about how, he needed somebody that was like strict, stern, assertive, aggressive. But he was saying that Sarge was too soft in the sense of when he did the interview, because he was like, he was like, okay, I know who he is. I respect him. I think the lady that was doing the scouting, she was like recommending people. And I was like, yeah, we should bring the brother in, da-da-da. So
why didn't they get Ben Vereen then?
Damn.
Coming off of Chicken George? No, that was in the 70s, late 70s.
I'm about to say.
Boy, your time is off. But yeah, as they said, he was because he was asking the questions like, what was it like segregations in the 50s, but he lived in Paris, so he didn't experience it. Mm-hmm. He was asking about stereotypes, black stereotypes from the past. He was praising it. And then what got him under his skin. So he's trying to get him to like show that side of him that was like we saw in the movie, Sarge. So the thing that broke him was Robert said, I'm gonna play you one day in the movie. And he was like, his whole demeanor changed, like, you're not gonna play me in the movie. I'm gonna play myself in the movie. So that's when he gave him a whole spill, and he was like, that's gonna be Sarge. Just based off of that.
You know what? Knowing what we know now about how it we keep going to documentary about why the movie got held up and everything. Mm-hmm. I can see why he was so upset that he's like, I'll play you in the movie. Like, bitch, this is 50 years of hard work and dedication. You can't do a goddamn two-step. Fuck out of here. You can't play me. So I understood the anger.
That makes sense. Didn't look at it that way. Mm-hmm. Then he stumbled upon Leon. And the lady that I was just talking about suggested that, he sit down with him, audition and all that. And he was known from the, what was the video?
Like a prayer video from Madonna playing
Life
Black
is
Jesus.
A mystery.
So yeah, so he essentially got Black Jesus to play his brother.
Black Jesus.
So that means Robert was the brother of the Black Christ. So he was James James Christ.
So then, last but not least, we see a young Robert Kelly pop up. He was doing a dance. He had his crew with him. They was doing a dance sequence and singing. And you actually see the videotape of, R. Kelly actually being there. And this is like a 1988 R. Kelly. So this is pre, public announcement.
Yes.
So it was interesting to see Robert Kelly. Like I heard, we talked about it on the first show, but to actually see it like, okay, yeah, he actually auditioned. So it wasn't like no made up stuff. And he was actually looking at R. Kelly to be choir boy.
That would have been epic.
So
do you want to expound upon that?
You want to think? Yes, I see you're thinking. The gears are grinding.
Am I mistaken, or has R. Kelly never had hair?
No, he had hair in this one.
He was on.
He had Hot Top 8 in the Born in 90s album.
I could have swore he did.
Yeah, he did. It was on the album cover.
Yeah, he cut it off at the 12 play album. So yeah, he had the high top box for.
But I don't see him as a church.
But he has the chops.
The singing chops.
We've never seen him act.
That's what I was concerned about.
Let's start there. And I may be thinking too much into it. Knowing how to sing and knowing how to act like you're singing are two completely different things.
If you have done karaoke in your life, you can act like you can sing, or act like you're singing. Or
there are also lines that Choir Boy had that weren't.
I was about to bring that up.
Singing, and just because you can talk on a track doesn't.
No. Remember, the old school R. Kelly could not talk on a track.
So
you see your freak that body.
What I was thinking, my mind immediately went to, I got 12 things to do and 12 ways to say it. Like,
who was worse at talking on the track, R. Kelly or Jermaine Dupri?
For you, it would be JD.
Yeah. See,
I don't mind that. You know what it is, and we do, German. So, I don't see that in the same way I don't see Denzel. Like I don't see it.
Controversial statement I'm going to make here. I can see R. Kelly playing Choir Boy easier than I can see Denzel playing Eddie King.
I can see R. Kelly playing Eddie King better than I see him playing a choir boy.
I can see where you're going with that also.
I can see him playing JT.
I can see that also.
I don't see him as a choir boy, but I've never seen him act.
Aura as JT?
No. Really, I wouldn't say R as JT because going back to the original point, we have never seen him act.
Yeah.
So Choir Boy would be the safest because Choir Boy had lines, but he didn't really have lines. Like JT, you got the whole JT and Duck shit.
Mm-hmm.
With Eddie, you got the movie basically about him, his decline.
Mm-hmm.
Dresser would be the only other one where it'd be kind of like he has a storyline, but it's not really as prevalent like Choir Boy. But I would say it'd be a waste to use him as Dresser, so you might as well put him as Choir Boy. If you're sketchy about his acting. Because what was the most acting that Choir Boy did in the movie? When he was arguing with his father?
Pops.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk to his pops.
I think R. Kelly can pull that off. I'm pretty sure he can pull off the Anthony Stone, but you can call me Rock. That might actually go left. Call me P. Woo!
Cut it out.
Out. Zipper on there for a reason. All right, continue on.
Literally.
Oh, but are we gonna get into are you still staying on R. Kelly? You going to something else?
What do you want to add?
What if let's take a journey through this parallel universe.
Go on ahead, bye.
If they're like, hey, R. Kelly, we want you to play Choir Boy, but also we want you to write and sing the 5 Heartbeat soundtrack.
Yeah, because there was a point where, well, in the documentary where Robert was looking for original music for the soundtrack, and he was having a hard time finding original music that sounded like the 60s. Yeah, the 60s. So just want to throw that in there. Go ahead.
But add that to it. If you do have R. Kelly write, I think, man, you talked about it. Like, does he have a song like back then that could sound like a 60s or that type of song? And I was like, yeah, you gotta dedicate it. I think Honey Love wouldn't match the 60s.
They'll just change the words.
Or change the tempo of it or something like that.
Could you imagine I Like the Crotch on You?
That's actually the original Back in the Middle. So
let me add on to this theory. So is Nothing But Love really let me see you freak that body? Nothing but love.
No, that would be Honey Love.
Okay. Could you imagine them singing "Freak That Body" on when they got pulled over by the cops?
Or Shaw Sagging Group.
Body, let me see you freak that body, baby. That body,
let me see you freak
that body, baby.
Nigga be in jail next scene.
Body. Let me see you freak that body.
Hey, you see one of the cops.
Baby.
Together it.
Body.
Butt cheeks.
All three of them cops was doing that. Give it to me now.
Hey, they look like Ebony Sparks.
Yeah.
Oh, them niggas start taking off their fucking uniforms.
Body.
Let me see you freak that body.
You see the power of Kelly music early.
That body.
Be back in the 60s.
Is somebody walking behind a fucking car with a sign talking about if you 18 and up?
And then one of the cops. Who's next? Who's next?
Never seen nobody butterfly.
What's
that
next?
Hard.
These one episodes are great.
So they changed the whole trajectory of the movie. The scene with the cops.
Sorry, Kelly would have ended racism.
Doug wouldn't have sung that American song.
Actually, R. Kelly stole that song and sung it overseas to try to get some Africans to come to America with him.
So yeah. So what if can we imagine 12 play in the 60s?
They barely had foreplay.
So could you imagine the 5 horsemen? 12 play. Give them a little. 12 play. Time for love. 12 play. Oh.
Jack.
Do you mind if I give you some of mine?
Jack.
12 play.
Jack.
Get 'em, Jack.
I would like to see or hear the 5 horsemen do Your Body's Calling. I hear you calling.
Here I come, baby, to save you.
Uh-oh, Jack.
There's no more stalling. These hands have been longing to touch you, Jack. Woo. So now that you've come around to seeing it my way, you won't regret it. And you surely won't forget it. It's unbelievable how your body's calling for me.
Jack.
Shush. I can just hear you calling. Your body's calling for me.
Yeah, I think that'll be a hit.
Sha-na-na-na-na.
So, yeah.
Ain't got no money.
So yeah, so 12 play in the 60s. How would that have fared for the 5 Heartbeat soundtrack? Now, getting into the movie, so they start shooting the movie. So they shoot the movie in reverse due to like them growing out their mustache, older. So they shot the movie in reverse.
Okay, pause.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they say they shot the movie in reverse?
Why did they say it?
It's not in reverse.
No, they shot it. They mean like they did the last scene first.
No, they had their mustaches in the last scene. So it really started at the beginning of the movie and worked into the end.
Talk about.
That's why, because when he said that, he's like, yeah, we filmed it in reverse. And I'm like, but so you did the last scenes first, but then y'all talking about doing how did they say this?
Maybe they made them look old before they permed their hair, because once you perm your hair, it's hard to get it to go back to its natural texture.
Because Choir had a full beard in the last scenes. He had the full beard, so he didn't want to cut it and then have him, because he can't grow it. He can't grow it out.
And you
like
can't cut off permed hair and have it grow back as fast as it used to. You can't do that.
Okay, I got you.
So I can see what they mean.
Okay.
So yeah, so they shot the movie in reverse. And then they also spoke about how it was hard for them to capture scenes from so if they shot it in the reverse, how were they able to capture the emotions from earlier scenes that they hadn't shot yet? So it's like, y'all sure y'all want to sing with Old Lady King, but they never did any. That was the first scenes they shot. So how do you get the emotions from shot scenes that you haven't shot yet, with everything that happened from beginning up until that point? So how do you pull from that?
I will say this: the part that makes perfect sense on when Eddie talked to Duck for the first time in the church. I always thought that scene like that was a weird conversation. Like it was like no chemistry. Like we had like he was like hey what's up Bubba? Like he was slapping the back of the head, kind of like yeah, you look great. Like nigga, I ain't seen you in 20 years. That's I heard you got shot 4 times. Thought you were dead. Right. There was no like oh, and then even when they talk, he was like, oh yeah, I heard what now with you and JT, and they was like just talk to him. But he's not talking about oh, this is Doug. Oh, or Doug, you can score me an ounce. Like
yeah, there wasn't like
you've never approached Duck like that. So why that didn't seem like and he's like it didn't seem
like the emotions weren't there.
There's no chemistry.
Right. That makes sense. That's good. Good assessment, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, so they shot the movie in reverse. Some of the stuff we've spoken about, go listen to meme number 34. But they had weekly open mic nights to compete in real life. So Flash, Ebony Sparks, Bird and the Midnight Falcons, and the 5 Heartbeats, they were pretty much practicing to get the songs down, the dance moves and stuff like that. But they were having like weekly open mic, like talent, or what do you call it, like a talent show?
Talent shows.
Talent show, not an open mic night. Talent shows to, work their stuff out, and actually became a competition. So it played out in the movie in regards to like they was really competing. So that was a good idea to do that. Also, so we already know about that. The fight between Eddie and Flash. Actually, the Duck and Eddie, I didn't know about that. So you can expound upon that.
Well, I just want to revisit the Flash and the Eddie fight, because how we told it on the first, that wasn't the whole story. So, I didn't know there was multiple scenes that they redid it. But also they said, like when he talked about hey man, I got a black belt, all that stuff. That was the scene before the scene that was shot. So they got into it before.
So this wasn't the detox.
No.
Yeah, no. So
that was when he was like, "You trying to riff like me?"
Okay.
Yeah, that scene.
I could take.
Yeah,
that
no, get your boy.
I'm taking the note out because that was a question I have. Like as y'all are going through stuff, I'm putting down notes so that I can ask questions.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but I still want to
know.
So It is that scene?
Yeah, that scene when Eddie came in drunk and he was like, oh, trying to take us by Flash. Yeah, that's yeah scene. So,
but there wasn't any physicality.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So the original scene, there was no slamming of the door. He said that to his face. Correct. And I think there was like a minor, like a scuffle or whatever. So
maybe a chest bump.
That or like he come in there like kind of like a little scuffle. But I guess when they kept doing it, it kept getting to that point where it's like it's not the script that they actually fight, but then he was like damn near about to fight him. So that's why he was like, well, I got a black belt. He him to calm down. I got a black belt.
So this turned out to be like a Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, almost did.
Like Any Given Sunday type of situation. Have fun, be safe.
Almost. But the thing was, he kept his cool. Mm-hmm. So that's why when he did that, he slammed the door in his face. So he wasn't supposed to say the line to the door, but it's kind of how it happened.
But it worked out.
It worked out perfectly. Okay. Because Robert was supposed to stop it or tell him to calm down, but he didn't. He was like, yeah, let's just shoot it again.
Keep the same energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes more sense now. Duck and Eddie.
So Duck and Eddie. So now you said that he did that. Okay, so this is what happened in one of the talent show scenes. I think it was the final one with let me know, your aunt. It was that one.
Mm-hmm.
So they had shot the scenes and everything, and they moved on. So there became tension. When they went back to do like the editing to put the shots together, they were seeing like when they tried to do a close up on JT, Eddie's hand would be in the way.
Oh,
so they're
that's what y'all were talking about earlier. Okay,
yeah. So they were like, why the fuck is Eddie's hand always in JT's way? But they were like, Michael Wright is actually a classically trained like actor, so he knows about blocking and where you're supposed to stand, hand motions, all that stuff. So they were like, you knew on purpose. Yeah, you did it on purpose. You knew what you were doing because him and JT were going back and forth. Going back to the Eddie being the lead singer or Michael Wright playing the lead singer and Leon playing the pretty boy, there's always a natural tension. The pretty boy wanted to be like the Flash in JT shit.
I can't compete.
Yeah, but it was like that in real life. So they were actually competing in real life under the guise of the movie. That's why he did that to him, to sabotage JT. But Robert got mad because like, yeah, you fucking up my movie.
We pretty much are losing a lot of time. Like we ain't got time to be reshooting scenes and all that.
Yeah, so they couldn't go back and reshoot it, so they had to basically film or edit around it. So they will get into the major fight scenes. That your notes or
with the you can go ahead and break it down.
Okay, so
with Dresser.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So what that cause was.
Oh no, it wasn't a fight with Dresser and all that. He's talking about it pretty much got to a point where there was tension.
Yeah, like Robert and
Eddie.
Sorry, Duck and Eddie. Just going to call by the real name. Meant by the Five Heartbeats name. Duck and Eddie were about to fight in real life. So basically, Dresser had to be the one to come in and be like, hey Rob, you were wondering why the Temptations all that broke up. Now you see why. Because basically it's the same dynamics. Even in a movie talking about a group, it was still the same friction going on between like JT and Eddie. So the pretty boy and the lead singer fighting over like this is why the groups break up. Because they can't get along because at some point somebody wants to be the star, somebody who's not the star wants to be the star. So that kind of they had a long powwow. I guess they prayed and it came together after that. Everything was smooth sailing from then on. It's one of those moments where it made them more closer.
Malcolm X.
Yeah. So he said everybody listen to Dresser because he looked like Malcolm X. So shout out to the scene. We look like Malcolm X. I've said that for years.
Take my card.
So
Choir boy.
Should Spike Lee have saw the Five
That's how I equivalate that scene. Take my card.
Should Spike Lee have saw the Five Heartbeats and casted Dresser as Malcolm X on GP?
Nah.
He said, fuck you, Denzel. You see this nigga? You see nigga in the Five Heartbeats? What, you supposed to be in the Five Heartbeats?
Right.
Yeah, my face.
No.
No, I know.
It wouldn't have worked.
He ain't that good of an actor.
I don't see him as having any range.
Well, like you were doing, you couldn't went and talk to him.
He was a school teacher.
Yeah, he was a school. Oh yeah.
School teacher.
So let me talk about him. Yeah, he was a school teacher who happened to. He took a half day to
he
go.
Took some PTO time.
He took a half day to go audition for the movie. He ended up getting it, and that's one of the nice things they did at the end when the movie was over. They went back to his high school, and like did like a
celebration
for him. That was really nice.
That was dope.
Imagine being a school teacher getting a part in a movie. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for X. He wasn't ready for X. So yeah, so the we talked about on the last show the scenes that were that they was really pushing to get cut. We already know about the well, no, these are the two. I don't think we brought it up. I know the sister, the scene with the sister, and the little musical in the bedroom. We talked about it on the first show.
Pause. A little musical in the bedroom.
Was it a pause? But oh yeah, with sister, yeah, it's chill. But then they're talking about they wanted the church scene at the end cut, as well as they were going to do a voiceover at the end to wrap the movie up. So there wouldn't have been a barbecue scene. It would have just been cut the church scene where Eddie comes back, and it was just going to be like a voiceover at the end, like, hey, we all got back together. We're great. 5 heartbeats again. And cut.
So I'm assuming that part would have been as he was overlooking the ocean. Hell yeah. So he would have walked off of Tanya and we went back to him standing on the beach looking at it, and then probably some words like come down.
Like fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. Like Duck called his brother.
Yeah, like in the end, like the end of like on the end of Boys in the Hood. Like 2 weeks later, JT got shot. Eddie went to go get his degree at Spelman. Baby doll stayed with him. Duck went on to write great books and more music. So
the choir boy said, "I hear fucking
up."
Okay.
So yeah, so they kept the sister scene and the church scene because they did the testing. When they had people to go out to go see the movie, there was testing. They saw that the sister scene with the sister and the Eddie redeeming himself at church with Baby Doll, like the audience like really reacted to him. So they was like, we're gonna keep these scenes. And that's what like pissed me off watching the documentary, because it was just like, I'm tired of hearing these, you know, these white boys out here making these decisions, trying to tell you what it is, and it's like y'all don't really know. And then when it does come around to where it's like, yeah, these scenes are treasure for the most parts. Now it's like, oh yeah, boom, 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 boom. So it then came back around full circle with the trailer. So you can expound upon that. That pissed me off too.
Oh yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong on the timing of certain events.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't remember when the shooting happened, but it was around the time where they were coming out with the promotion for the 5 Heartbeats movie. So one of Fee's greatest movies of all time, New Jack City.
It is one of my favorites. Like, I mean, you know, y'all know me.
Yes.
But
what you did not know was niggas was shooting up theaters back in the days, even before Friday, even before all the other black movies. New Jack City.
Society.
Yeah, 4 Minutes Society. New Jack City, niggas shooting in the theaters.
I actually did know that niggas was shooting up movie theaters due to New Jack City. That doesn't make me like the movie any less.
Then let me rephrase what I'm saying.
Because fuck them niggas.
New Jack City was the first.
I don't give a fuck about that.
New Jack City, one of the first movies on a major scale that came out as a black movie, and they had a shooting in the theater, and they made it national news. Let me say it like that. So
I also would like to say, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Well, you know who
it's
else?
A fire ass movie and a fire ass soundtrack.
We know who did give a fuck about it?
Robert Townsend.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Who gave a fuck first and tell the story about the trailer.
Studios gave a fuck first.
Right.
So they were like, oh, yeah, a lot of vibes going on. So they changed the trailer to make it more of a less drama, more of a dancing, happy comedy with music kind of thing. So did not talk about any of the emotional points of the movie. It's kind of like it'd be like playing like Another But Love. There's a whole trailer like, oh yeah, 5 Heartbeats. Like, wait, what the fuck?
So they did it as more of the Together Forever album cover.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they obviously didn't see the movie and catch the point.
Yeah, good.
So they made
it comparison.
They made it very bland, like to not scare people. So,
but who would shoot up? Like, even if they show like because there was like really no shooting in 5 Hearts until
it wasn't a violent film.
So it's like
Bobby says differently.
Bobby did get shot.
My
leg!
But you're not gonna put that in the trailer. I'm just saying that's the only scene.
Well, if you try to get the action people, action, see Bobby get hit by the car. or get shot. That'd be funny. But
A bird getting hung from the window.
yeah. So basically, they put a bullshit ass trailer out. People saw the trailer like, what is this about? So nobody really went to see it. So what that spawned into was opening weekend flopped. So it flopped so bad after the wonderful promotion. They had basketball games, the 5 Heartbeats versus Random Niggas. The great promotion. Movie flops. So it flopped so bad that they were on BET's Teen Summit that next
Teen
week,
Summit.
begging niggas to go to the movies to go see this movie because it's about to get taken out of theaters due to low money. So the 5 Heartbeats only lasted in the movie theater for 2 weeks. So if somebody tells you that they saw the 5 Heartbeats in the theater, either they're lying or they're one of the very few that really did.
Now, what pissed me off was where Robert talked about he got that phone call at 3 a.m. Oh, that was something else. That was David Ruffin. But he pretty much got a phone call, and it was one of the execs saying, "Hey, Robert, got some bad news for you. You know, the movie's not doing too well." But it's like, ain't y'all the ones that's promoting that shit? Yeah, y'all the one that's putting this out. Y'all the one that's the distribution to the theaters. Y'all the one that's paying for the marketing and all this and all that. Y'all the one that got us out here playing these goddamn basketball games and all that. So it's like, why you calling me like it's my fault? Like, you handle that shit. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Did they win the basketball games?
Probably didn't.
That's probably why they didn't nobody say the movie.
So it's like, why you calling me like it's my fault? And then you calling me like, hey, it's flopping. So it's like, again, get these goofy niggas out the way because they not representing the culture. Number one, they don't know what they doing. Number two, number three, they not taking accountability for their actions.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I might snip that and put that on my put that out on the YouTube.
All right.
I like it.
So we had that to go to Teen Summit. It does what it does. So bringing it back around full circle in regards to David Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks. So he wanted them on board to consult with them, and the executive was like, "No, we're not gonna do that." So before the movie was done, he said he wanted to raise some money to help David Ruffin with his drug addiction, to help him to go through rehab. So one of his intentions was to take the money from that they do, from the box office and all that. He wanted to help David Ruffin. But that's when the phone call he gets at 3 a.m. He gets a phone call at 3 a.m. saying, "Hey, David Ruffin died."
I know, bro. I know. Took your breath away.
Take my breath away.
Man, so sad.
Damn David. Damn David.
So he got the phone call that David Ruffin had passed away, and the fam didn't have enough money to send him off. So what does Robert do?
Starts writing Hollywood Shuffle 2.
No, he actually put together a concert. He got I think a Stevie Wonder and all them.
Stevie, I think Patty was there.
He got all these people together and did a benefits concert. Raised a great deal of bread. He got on the radio and really pushing it, and raised enough money to send him home in fashion. So honorable thing to do. So I got much more respect for Robert Townsend, on the strength of that. And even though the movie wasn't doing too well, he couldn't contribute the way he wanted to. The benefit concert was something that's okay, that's honorable. So I respect Robert Townsend for that.
I would also like to say to Robert that your boy was already on the path that there wasn't going to be anything that you could do anything about that.
Right.
People in his personal life had already sent him to rehab multiple times. You sending him that last final time would not have changed the trajectory of where David was going to end up.
But you still have that feeling of I could have done something sooner. Even though I totally understand what you're saying, we still have that feeling like maybe I could have been the one. That's that egotistical thinking, though.
Yeah, that's very ego-ish. I'm going to be that person that's going to take them out of their addiction. You can't take anybody out of an addiction. They have to be willing to go through it themselves.
I totally agree. But I will say this one thing about it. You do need to have certain people like that just to keep that energy. Because if nobody's there that really wants to help, then you might not have the person. Then people could get left behind. That might have wanted to be helped. That might want to have been helped, but they didn't have that enthusiastic person, that egotistical person saying, "Well, I can save them." You never know. But I totally hear what you're saying, though.
So yes, so also I think he mentioned this on and we had this discussion as well on the Teen Summit show that he was trying to get urging people to go out to go check out the movie.
I'm sorry, pause for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Why they go on Teen Summit? Niggas ain't got no money. They should have been on goddamn
Donnie Simpson
on Video Soul or some shit.
They had used their Donnie Simpson money to get him to promote Flash and the Five Horsemen.
So actually, Donnie should have supported on GP. So he
said, "You can't come on here. You better kiss it where the sun don't shine."
You better figure this shit out,
baby. So yeah, so I think on there he was talking about, and one of the things with the movie, he wanted to change the image of, like he did with Hollywood Shuffle, change the image of the Black community. So in the movie, you have 5 brothers sticking together from beginning to end. They're coming back around at the end, and keeping the brotherhood together. Then you have 5 strong black women that stayed by their side the whole time, with the exception of Baby Doll. But she came back around and stayed with him. So it was just like that. That's a strong image. And it's like, why wasn't that? Well, you can't really put that in the trailer.
Where are the 5 strong black women?
There's 3.
Oh, yeah. Choir Boy didn't have. And Duck. Okay. 3. Sorry. 3 strong black women.
And really only 2 of them had, because Eleanor was.
Oh, yeah. Eleanor was 4. So that's 4. She held it down.
Wait.
Somebody help me, because I know my math ain't off.
Eddie had Baby Doll. Duck didn't have nobody. Dresser had Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
JT with
JT had old girl.
That's at the end, so that don't count. If you are going to take away Baby Doll because she left and came back,
no, I said she's counted, but she
came back like when everything was fucked up. So
and JT's girl is not to be counted. She's even left unaccredited in the movie.
They didn't even give her a name, but she got to sit at the table with Diana Carroll and Baby Doll and the Crystals.
So she finally settled down with.
No, he finally settled down. Don't do that.
She been settled for that nigga. She settled for that nigga in the 60s.
And he didn't marry her to the 80s.
Were they even married?
20-year gap.
They might be just co-parenting. We don't know.
Okay, we'll cut her. We'll cut her out. So
I see no ring.
So would Eleanor count? She stuck by Jimmy. We'll get with Jimmy and his L's in a minute.
No. I feel that Eleanor should have been more supportive and not have been as naggy. Cause like we went in the middle of a business situation. You know, I told you this was going to happen. Let's get out of it, bitch. I'm with my group. You can say that in the car. Fuck out of here with the shit.
They weren't his group yet. They weren't his group yet.
True, but if he had listened to her and just walked out right then, he would have missed the whole opportunity with the dude coming up to him. Oh yeah, we're gonna sign you guys to a contract. He in the car crying with Eleanor.
Excuse the fuck out of her for being shell shocked. She had already been through this with the Esquires, with the Brownsville boys, with the Four Clovers.
To keep your goof ass at the motherfucking house. Don't be fucking with my energy, bitch.
He is fucking with her energy.
Then why the fuck are you there? Keep your bad energy at the house.
He's fucking with her energy. Okay.
He didn't bring her over to
you know who gave him that $100 to give to them? Her. He didn't have no fucking job.
Where's she work at?
She running home.
Wait, we'll talk about that later. Get with the gyms. That was funny how you cut it off. No. The sound went out.
So we can go ahead and get into the movie. So once again, it's on. Mima find the movie.
Everybody
Once
needs
again,
to do that.
Once again, it's on.
That's the shit. I love that you did that.
Mima find the movie.
Once it's on.
What are you talking about? Nigga, we ain't never done this before.
Once it's on, it can happen again.
I can see the future. We have a bright future.
That is my shit.
One of us ain't gonna make it, but we gonna have a bright future.
Once again, it's on.
So going back and listening to meme number 34, the 5-part beats movie review.
A lot of that shit can't be said today.
Great show. We had 2 hours.
We rocked it in 140 in an hour and 45.
To get the intro.
Oh yeah.
Give it together.
If you listen to it on Patreon, it's only an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
We probably ordered an hour and 45 minutes in right now. No bullshit.
How do we do it? And we talked about other stuff too. We was playing music, and that probably had nothing.
Not that episode.
No, all you did was the commercial breaks on that one.
And I didn't even do commercial breaks. I just did like the Johnny Mathis look because I didn't really want to go into the commercials because we had a lot of stuff we had to get into. That we still didn't get into all of that stuff. So shout out to Steady Mommin', the show that never was.
So we had a conversation yesterday about my creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at myself as a creative in the same way that y'all use y'all creativity as an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself as a creative. I can't sing.
You've been doing pretty well.
But you sang on the show.
I don't dance.
You be dancing on the show.
Get the shoulder rub. You get the shoulder thing going.
The shoulder twerk. I don't color. I don't draw. I don't write anymore. Unless it's essays. Like that's my outlet.
Writing papers for school.
Yeah, it's an outlet.
Oh, you can do it though.
So
you got to put your back into it.
Having a conversation with Teddy Ted.
Shout out to Teddy Ted, aka Carmen,
about creativity and Steady Mom and in the direction if I was going to do it where I see it going.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't even be called Steady Mommin' anymore. What was the name?
I forgot.
Just can't handle it.
What am I going to do? What excuse can I use?
And everybody I know is Steady Mommin' or Steady Daddin' in one way, shape, form, or fashion.
Or popping off, not Steady Daddin'. It's popping off.
Popping off.
Popping
off. So I would want to talk to them about different things. So yeah. Shout out to Steady Mommin'.
Have you ever? You gotta say it. Have you ever seen a steady mom? Steady Mommin'.
So it's been a while since we said that one.
It's been years.
Yes.
Shout out to Jay Uni for the dance moves for the Back in the Middle song.
Did you play the? I would say if you played the song for her to see if she had the same reaction. She doesn't. She'll turn that shit off.
Nigga, put J-Rock on.
That would be more along the lines of what she would say to me today would be play Ike or play some J-Rock.
No, not Flash.
No.
See?
But she used to get down. Like that used to be her shit.
Do we still have that video?
I still have that video, of course.
Lovely.
Of course, I would never get rid of that. She shout out. We don't even call her J Uni anymore. We call her Bird.
I call her Merlot.
That name.
Or Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. Jimmy and Carolina.
Caroline.
So this meme is sponsored by Billy Mullins Barbershop. Benny Mullins. Is it Benny?
It's Benny.
Benny Mullins Barbershop. Get the Johnny Mathis look for $9.95. Look fresh like me, Kim Naki. And also the 2 free fish sandwiches by Charnel. She's sorry the fish was bad last week. She's sorry that the fish was bad last week. But nobody does fish.
Reel.
But nobody does fish like Charnel.
Well, how you didn't know the fish was bad, Charnel? Like, fuck. You didn't smell it?
You didn't slime it?
So as we watch
we did that last time too.
Yeah, but
Good job.
I said what you said. I didn't say what you said. We just reversed it. So I said you didn't smell. You were like, we just slimy.
So yeah, so watching it today, so some things that we picked up. So I know you asked about the Rolling Stones. Go ahead.
So my question is, would the Rolling Stone magazine really give a fuck where niggas was? Because Rolling Stones doesn't really cater to black acts. So would Rolling Stone be the magazine to ask where niggas was, especially from an era where they wasn't fucking with niggas?
So what you're saying is it should have been like a Word Up magazine.
Or it could have been a Jet. It could have been an Ebony. These niggas was on the cover of Time, and everybody in this room know that Time wasn't Time wasn't fuck.
Time wouldn't fuck with
niggas. Time.
So with that being said, just taking that
and Newsweek,
being that they was on Newsweek, Time, and Rolling Stones. What the fuck does that mean? But does that mean that they were better than the Temptations?
I remember seeing Temptations on the Time album cover.
Well then, no, because now I'm questioning if Time really gave a fuck about niggas because they have Flash. I mean, they have Bird and the Midnight Falcons on the cover as well. So we're not even gonna do that.
Yeah, so
black groups that never were. Like, where are they now, nigga? Where were they back then?
Hey, y'all, do it. Where are they now?
Hey,
bring that back around.
We have some great content segments back in the day. Patreon to go listen. www.patreon.com/theMEMEpodcast.
I remember way back then.
So did you confirm, was that Aunt Viv? That was a part of the crystal?
It was not Aunt Viv, but one of the crystals looks exactly like light skin Aunt Viv, the replacement.
I said no at first, and I looked at it, I'm like,
it did look like Daphne a little bit, yeah.
All right.
But it wasn't her?
No. And then I had to stop and think about, but if she was just an extra, would that pop up on her Wikipedia?
Oh, it'd be on the IMBD.
Yeah.
It should be on there if she was credited.
I don't think she was credited. They didn't even credit JT's bitch.
She had lines.
His bitch.
I mean, for the majority of the movie, that was his bitch. I've been waiting for a long, long time just to get off and throw my hands up high and live my life, just to get off and throw my hands up high, 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 high. Showing up in the morning. How come nobody knows what the fuck that nigga talking?
That's my bitch.
He was summoning demons.
That boy was mumbling, but. So yeah,
I pay for them titties, get your own.
Safe in the city, watch the throne.
It ain't safe in the city. You see what happened to Jimmy. It's been a long time.
It was safe in the city since the 5 heartbeats dropped. City been hot since.
Because once it's on.
City ain't been the same since Jimmy got hit by that truck.
Jimmy came through and crushed Jimmy.
Ain't been the same.
My heartbeats ain't been the same since the garbage truck came through and crushed old Jimmy. Trying to restore the feeling.
The city ain't been the same since that shit between Jimmy and Eddie Kane. Yeah.
Now you know.
Yo,
hey, yo, trash can, go.
Oh man.
Somehow there did be a crossover between that. And the
Oh boy.
Boy, you trash. So yeah, so,
no trash what you're picking up.
No, a trash is what the fuck hit Jimmy. That's real trash.
Yeah.
Jimmy's ass.
He really should have flipped up. He didn't pick them up and just put them in the back of that shit.
Hey, did it hit him hard enough to put some stank on it?
No, the obviously didn't. And the whole body should be up 2 blocks up.
He should have met her back up at the penthouse. Jimmy!
You flew a long way.
Ah, fuck.
sometimes you can laugh about death. Think somebody getting killed, but
it's Jimmy. Sorry.
No, it's the fact that he was posing for the Newport. That was what it was for me. Like, you know, the Newport ads that they have like in Essence magazines, because you never see a Newport ad anywhere else.
I have never seen a Newport ad in a magazine except for black ones. So you're right. Continue.
And he's just, you know, they call it the Newport way of life, and niggas is like posing for real. Like, they ain't even got cigarettes. They just posing outside of they like
the car and shit.
Yeah.
But really the car's holding them
That's
up so they
what
can't
he
breathe.
was doing. That nigga was posing for a Newport ad.
Shit, Newport be taking your breath away for real. Shit.
Take my breath away.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, we mentioned, we had the discussion when Eddie made it after, you know, running for his life with Bobby Casanova. He got on stage, started singing, and then the mobsters pulled up.
We talked about this. We talked about this morning, and then we talked about this afternoon. Oh, when you went to go die in your car.
My eyes was hurting, but
them wasn't real
mobsters.
No, you know who they might have been? The Highland Park mobsters. They might have been on Whistling River mobsters.
On Covington, what do you say?
On Covington Court.
I'm gonna beat your ass. Or Whispering Wind Circle, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Oh, fuck. So them wasn't no real mobsters, because if they was real mobsters, I don't give, you would have kept sliding, because we'd have popped your motherfucking, we'd have popped your grape.
or they should have spent the block at the goddamn chicken shack and shot that shit up.
No, but if they was real mobsters, they'd have popped his fucking grape, and there wouldn't have been nothing to stop him, and then everybody would have slid off stage after him, because the he would
pop.
Ain't got no life now. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, get him off stage. Get him off stage. Choir boy.
So
pray over him.
So here's I got two theories here. Either two things happened. Either they felt like, hey, we already shot the fuck out of Bobby, so that's
they
enough.
killed him.
Well, no, he didn't. They thought they killed him. We'll bring that back around later. Or maybe they enjoyed the performance so much, they're like, that was worth the price. That was worth the price they owed.
Nigga,
all $15. It's okay.
I've seen a movie called Jersey Boys, right? Based, and it's a real life story. Ask Joe Pesci. He helped them get on. So one of the members was seriously indebted to some bookies. Regardless of how much money y'all making as a group, you pay me what you owe me right now, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking brains out before y'all can go ahead and get on American Bandstand. And that's off rip. So if you real about yours and you feel like these niggas have been cheating, they not gonna make it on stage. And if you make it on stage, you not gonna fucking make it off. And then to make it even worse, so as the performance is over, Eddie's not that far away from the curtain. You yoink that nigga back into reality. I know you riding off a high from, performing and getting your shit off on the fucking talent show stage, but you got to come back to what the fuck you just left from.
Back to life. Back to reality.
And obviously you need it. So we about to give it to you.
So,
However do you want it?
however do you need it? How? So,
I
live at the top of the globe.
With Flash.
Well played. I like that. So, last question on that scene. How much money was on the table? It's only like $17.
I seen him grab a fistful of dollars, like actual.
Like 6.
Shout out to that movie.
Yeah.
But I seen him grab like a fistful of dollars. It wasn't a 5. It wasn't a 10. They was broke at that point from because they shot the movie in reverse. Mm-hmm. So they were broke and there was no money to put on the table at that point.
Can't use no Monopoly money either. Like, hey, how much money you got on you? Hey,
right.
you get that $2. You ain't got no money?
Right.
Oh, yeah,
so
we ain't paid you yet.
Nobody had any money to put on the table. I think it was principles.
Pleasure principle.
I'm not getting no pleasure out of shooting you, but
I still ain't gonna get paid.
I think it was about a principality.
No, I totally respect that. But if we really get to the crux,
but am I gonna shoot and am I gonna chase a nigga down for $5?
Also keep this in mind too. He broke the window. That's a very expensive window that he.
And
broke.
not only that, and then let me just remind y'all that what you're doing here is highly illegal.
So you can't tell nobody.
So you can't. And if you shoot this nigga, and he go tell somebody if he survive, or you shoot this nigga, you kill him, they know it's you. What's your defense? You shot him over because he cheated and got $5?
$5.
My mom. Do that. Respect.
And the black mob don't get no respect.
No, there's a white dude in there. I thought he was the original gangster.
No, that's an old black guy with gray hair.
Talking about the light skinned dude?
That was all light skinned niggas.
I thought the white man.
It was all light skinned old niggas.
That was one of them Italians.
Nah, Eddie wouldn't have made it if it was Tony Baloney, but
because they get off right there.
Tommy Bellotti.
And then nigga with a goddamn meat cleaver in the head right there.
Yeah, if they was real.
Have you seen The Soprano?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say that because
Justin played $5 games of poker.
It's got to be real money only.
Yes. 20s and up, please.
20,000 and up. What you talking about?
If you want to live.
So why is this boy named Jimmy Potter and ain't got no magic?
What did I tell you?
What'd you say?
This morning.
What'd you say?
That's Harry Potter granddaddy.
True wizardry with no wizardry.
Yeah.
So he was what's it called?
No, because he kept disappearing.
So was he what they call a muggle?
A who?
He's a muggle.
Regular
nigga.
Oh, okay.
No magic ass nigga. Muggles. Sounds like niggers. Anyway.
Sounds just like niggas.
Let's not negate the fact that Jimmy did have a good magic of taking niggas to Big Red to get tired.
to then get washed and fucked over.
Yes. So there was some magic there.
He brought you to the Grand Wizard.
Yes.
And literally,
it can only take you so far.
And literally, you seen Big Red had the magic. He closed the apple and did this shit, and then opened that shit back up.
Dead. That nigga with the goddamn what that nigga
was Shazam. The razzle dazzle.
No, not even Shazam, but
hit the nigga with that Slytherin back.
Oh well, damn. And we gonna leave you niggas slithering.
So he would be. So Big Red is actually what? Professor Snape.
Professor Snipe.
Picking niggas off of garbage trucks. Or picking niggas up.
Up and away.
Oh man, true wizardry, black wizardry, that black wizardry. Oh, shout out to Jimmy Potter not living up to his name.
Nah, they sent that nigga to the Potter's house. The church. Because he felt like going home.
I like that.
That was a good one. You got it. Yeah.
So he didn't do like his cousin's Tick and go down the dark occultic path. He went the Potter House route.
Next day
Religion.
delivery.
Religious route. All right. So
My next question about the talent show, and then we'll move on, is, and I how long was that fucking song?
Oh,
Splash.
so in the time let's review that. So in the time of "Are You Ready for Me" by Flash and Ebony Sparks,
The first talent show to open up the movie.
yes. So Bobby, I'm sorry, there was a card game. Eddie jumped out of a window.
Mhm.
They ran 17 blocks. Bobby got shot in the leg. Then he got hit by a car. Then the first verse ended.
The first verse. You know how I feel about you. Something that I just can't hide.
and also keep in mind that's just Bobby and
That's just Bobby and Eddie. This has nothing to do with JT taking old girl to the edge of erotica.
JT found.
Yeah, what did he do before that?
JT
He
looked at-
scoped out 4 different bitches
like saw 17 pussies, then called old girl to come back
because
took her upstairs.
he got rejected by 6.
Because Flash took it. He was like, "Oh, okay,
Flash
you
took
trying to
3
holler
of
at her? I got you."
Oh, foot fucking Flash.
Flash moved around stage. trying to figure out what we trying
Hey,
to make.
Flash ass would have gotten canceled today.
We do a parody movie about this. Like Flash even to figure out which woman JT was looking at. He trying to fuck with everybody.
He's slanging his dick and is hitting bitches in the face.
Oh, you looking at this dude?
No, we don't do that here.
We don't do that.
Getting competitive. He's like, "Ain't no way you gonna get no shine over here."
Hey, come on. It's almost over.
So by the time JT made old girl nut like twice, we were at the end of the second chorus. So this is by fact the longest song I've heard in my life.
With one verse.
Nigga got shot.
Nigga, how many times did they
Niggas
say,
are fucked.
yum, yum, give me some, but Are you ready for love? Are you ready for love? I can show you brand new. Hey, there was an instrumental dance break in that bitch too, where they didn't do shit but talk about, are you ready?
It just like, Flash wasn't ready. It took like 20 minutes.
I've been waiting such a long time for a girl like you.
So, shit. So yeah, that's one of the longest songs in history.
Yes.
Also, Duck really wrote. We haven't finished yet. At that point, he wrote the whole song. Old girl had sang it. The song was still going.
So that song was extremely and exceptionally long, and okay.
The choir boy read the Bible, the whole Bible.
Started on his death notes.
The Bible was the first one on there.
And then my other question.
Yeah, I'm trying to be rock.
My other question
Bobby
was
gotta go.
was Eddie diabetic?
Oh yes.
Why did he have on a life alert bracelet while he was gambling? Or was it so his body could be easily identified because he was
Heavy in the
out here
streets.
living wild and foul?
He was
Heavy in the game.
so he didn't know where Bobby was, but he knew where he was. He had his bracelet on. I'm right here.
Bring it! What? We right here. We right here.
I've got forgot about that song. Shout out to DMX. Rest in peace.
So they got the fast forward. So they get the contract.
Uh-huh.
So Eddie or Jimmy gives them back the $100. Like, hey guys, you didn't win the talent show. This is the future talent show. And then the guy comes back. Fat Keenan comes in.
Fat Keenan from
We're
the
gonna
show
stay with
34.
that.
Fat Keenan came in and was like, hey guys, the manager loves you, wants to sign you to a contract.
Contract owner. Yes.
But we never heard the stipulations of this contract. So Eddie proceeds to give Jimmy back the $100 and say, hey, it's business.
No, he didn't give the money back.
I thought he gave the money back.
He didn't give it back. He passed that shit out.
No,
He said
no.
he talked to our manager.
No. Before that, when he gave him $100, and
He was like, yeah, this is business. He was like, no, I was saying he gave it back, said, this is business. No, I'm saying, I know he said this is business because Dressel was like, oh man, don't take that man's money. He was like,
No,
this is business.
they kept that.
I thought he gave it back when the contract.
No.
I thought he gave the money back because if you look at it, I think he did give
I
the
think
money
Eddie
back.
left to go buy drugs right after that.
No.
I need this.
He said, "I'll need this."
No, Eddie kept that. They kept that money.
I want to say he gave that money back
He did not.
because Eleanor was happy. He's like, oh shit, we getting $100 back.
No, Eleanor was happy because he was like, you need to take this up with our new manager. And as he said that, he folded the money.
Shit. He paid his dues. Shit, he gave me $20. Shit. So my whole thing with that scene. So let's go back to that scene. So why was she so immediately happy? She'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong." None of that ever happened.
I'm about to be rolling in dough.
Because they've made it to that point before. They've never taken the ride when niggas got successful.
But that's what I'm saying. So why is she sitting there getting all excited for when she knows where this is going to end? She should have been like, "We've been here before too."
We haven't finished yet.
Yeah, that would have been a good rebuttal by Jimmy.
Desperate.
So why didn't I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get into Jimmy's L's. Why didn't Jimmy promote his own solo sax career?
That was a question I had for you earlier.
So you thought he was killing it?
Well, when they were
Boy, sound like Kenny G.
when Eddie became pro-life.
Not talked about enough.
When Eddie became a pro-lifer,
He already said a
the
pro-lifer.
sax that was playing in the background
Jimmy
was Jimmy getting loose.
Oh, foot loose head ass nigga. But yeah, why didn't he promote his own career? We gonna be put out an album with Quincy Jones or some shit?
Back on the block.
Well, it was 68, so it'd be on the block for the first time at that time.
Once it's on.
So, hey, what block was that?
Yeah,
No,
well,
Don't say that
mind.
for the Quincy show.
Never fucking mind, because that's once it's on.
the musical streets.
Like, I'm tired.
So I'm gonna say this also. I know you brought this up too. What royalties did Flash have that was important?
Not Flash. Why you keep calling that nigga Flash?
Bird.
Mm.
What royalties did Bird have that was so important?
The nigga obviously wanted the check from that the one hit single he had.
But he was getting his royalty. Well, he was getting some. Probably wasn't getting all of them.
So he probably needs some more. He probably went broke because he couldn't get that second hit. So it becomes very frustrating. We see the the 5 Heartbeats party, and their whole album just went goddamn gold the first week.
But
like,
that
they got
nigga didn't have a album.
My point exactly. Hey, Big Red, why ain't holler at Duck to come rock some shit for us? Why you not pushing our shit the same way? Have you heard our song?
Like,
Didn't
I've
you
been
just-
pushing you.
Didn't you just talk
Power
all
Beats
that
did
shit earlier about when I brought to you the idea that maybe Duck could have wrote for Flash and Jimmy was just looking to pick up other talent to manage?
Yes, I stole that from that.
Oh, okay. Damn, I gotta stop giving you niggas ideas.
Oh, you said it on the show?
No, I was gonna bring it
Oh, I
up.
thought you already said it on the show. My fault.
No, we talked about that earlier. I hadn't recorded yet.
My bad. We'll bring it back over now.
Yeah, we'll bring
I
it
stole
around.
that from Fee.
Yeah, we'll bring it around.
So get into Jimmy's L's.
Ooh, they are plentiful.
Oh, I didn't do any. I didn't do a count because I felt very bad for Jimmy. As I changed my perspective on what was going on and came up with the character of Betamax, I decided not to count Jimmy's L's. But we can count Jimmy's L's. That's perfectly fine. So, boom. Starting off from the very beginning, no contract. Very bad.
Your word and your handshake is good enough for me.
No, it's not.
So maybe Eleanor was protecting her assets from a nigga who just refuses to do business right.
Very true. Or why she's like, hey, you need an assistant. You need a business assistant.
If you can't talk this nigga into getting paperwork on his acts, you can't force him to get an assistant.
Plain and simple.
That nigga also, let's break this down. When he got into the office with Big Red, and Big Red was like, yo, any other contractual adjustments you want to make would probably be minor, so let's strike the deal now. He was like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, go fix the contract to reflect the shit we just talked about before I put my name on it. Jimmy signed that shit anyway. Like, Eleanor was in the right here.
I will give Eleanor, of course, is in the right. I'm just giving shit to Eleanor. But yes, Eleanor was in the right. Jimmy was a terrible businessman, terrible manager. So we had the first L coming up to him. Hey, if you don't win, I'll give you the $100. That's stupid because you took away all the incentive of me doing the show. So I can half-ass do it no matter what. I'm getting $100. So thanks, Jimmy.
Correct.
So boom. Then another L. He got his feelings all hurt when the took the money.
But you offered.
Exactly, and it's business.
It's business.
What do you expect them to say? Like, oh, he expected them to be like what Dress would say. Oh, I'll give his money back. He's like, hey. And he's like, nah, it's business. He's like, oh.
And then let me be clear. Was Sarge working with them before?
No, because the very next scene is when they introduced them.
So exactly, what did you do? You didn't work with them before they went to that talent show. You didn't work with them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Y'all just showed up again.
No, I'm trying to think back to it.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. So what do they do?
Nothing.
So boom. Other L. When they show up to the house. Hey, you didn't tell Eleanor you had 4 niggas come to the house.
First of all, don't have strange niggas sitting in my fucking living room.
Yeah, you don't know the niggas. And also...
And I got young hoes in here.
And you know who else wasn't there? Eddie.
Eddie was there.
No. Oh, no, not the first time. No, I'm sorry. We skipped the scene. That was the first L when Tanya and Duck met. Eddie wasn't there.
Eddie, he was there.
No, he
wasn't.
was
sitting in the back.
That's the second time.
Oh, okay.
The first time
with Sarge. Yeah, he was there with Sarge.
Yeah, he was there for Sarge, but he went there the first time because he was like, "Oh, I don't know where Eddie is. I don't know where yet." So you should know then Eddie gonna be a problem. So he ain't showing up to your first meetings.
But Eddie done got you in the door, so we let that shit slide.
Eddie didn't get you in the door.
Eddie was using that $5, but that's what he was doing.
They got 20 apiece.
Oh, that's right. It's 20. I'm thinking they got $20 and they had to break it down 5 ways.
No, it's 100. Right. But yeah, even that it's just business. Cool. So I still gotta show up. So he should know then. Okay, he talked all the business shit, but he ain't showing up to me. He's gonna be a problem.
We don't know. Eddie might have been in trouble. He might have used that 20 to go talk to the mobsters, and he might have got held up. So let's pay him some grace.
Okay, so Jimmy's other L when he goes back into the room with Eleanor, talking about what's wrong, bitch. We just talked about it. Last time you saw me, I told you what was wrong with me. Why you come back here talking about what's wrong? I got such a great feeling about these boys. So you already don't have the
confidence,
the hindsight to look back and say, hey, what went wrong here?
Yeah,
and how can I fix it? I'm gonna keep making the same mistake. So another L.
Over and over and over again. Until you leave me. Again. I try to tell myself that we could never be more than friends.
Now, so back to the scene where Sarge is introduced. You didn't tell Dresser that you bring a Sarge in to help with the choreography off to the side, like I said before. Hey, bro. Definitely.
But I want to take that L back from Jimmy. I mean, he's still got to hold an L in a sense regarding this, but I want to take that L away from Jimmy because Jimmy did not know how trash of a fucking choreographer Dresser was until they went back and did that fucking talent show. Hey, and everybody was doing separate moves. Did you see that shit? Like,
oh yeah, he was doing the splits.
Yeah, everybody was doing something. The choir boy was roboting over in the like everybody was doing something fucking different. Like it. So at that point, he was like, "Yo." And you don't know how to gauge that with a nigga that you don't even fucking know, but that's an L right there. You don't know these niggas.
Yeah, you don't know these niggas, but if you were the manager, it shouldn't matter.
If you would have took the time to get to know them during the periods in between talent shows.
That 1 month.
Yeah, so again, he's got to hold a L in one way, shape, or form or fashion. But I respect him for bringing in Sarge because Drescher did not have the moves.
So he needed vanity in his life.
Yeah.
Could you teach
me some moves?
I
finally found the place. Hey, you can't get out anymore.
So Dresser should have joined the Last Dragon. And got some moves,
but he didn't have any. He just kept spinning around in a circle. Here we go around in circles.
And he's a running man. He's a running
man.
So
and here's how I know that it was trash. I know I can do the beats that he did. Doom, 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 like
Cat
Daddy.
No nigga. So also, just like so there was this little about to be a skirmish, as we said on the show.
It was a skirmish, yeah.
And as I said on the show, also Jimmy smoothly backed away.
That was the spin move.
Yeah. So if you have this old drunk gentleman coming toward your artist, talking about kicking his ass, that you're milking some of your ass can't get you out of.
First of all, okay.
Hey. We had to do that here, Sarge. He's gonna show you some dance moves. Everything will be all fine. What does he do?
Spins out the way. Yeah. But Eleanor was laughing too.
It was all funny until that came with upside Dresser's head.
So what if Sarge would have beat the fuck out of Dresser?
Then I would have to dress the other heartbeats for not jumping in and helping.
Heartbeats. Front and center.
Now Sarge is a part of the 5 heartbeats.
Now he's Dresser.
Yeah, so it was like, hey, we're gonna have to hide this body. So I can't go to jail.
Where you gonna hide it at?
Shit, we're gonna find some way somehow.
Before they found Big Red, so they
probably would have gave it to Big Red. Hey, do this for me, and we're gonna go ahead and lock into this contract early.
Show him, Dresser. No, really, show him, Dresser.
Yeah, show him, Dresser. He ain't alive no more.
He ain't a dresser somewhere. All right.
So
they would have been his final dressing.
Yeah. So
he would have been at the Potter's house. Right. In the Potter's house.
The Potter's house would have been the Potter's house. Yeah, exactly.
Been taking him to the Potter's house from the Potter's house.
Weekend at Bernie's. No, weekend with Dresser. That man looks like he's dead. No, he's not.
Look at him dance.
Why
do y'all have those sticks connected to him? He doesn't move on his own.
What was that old? What was the old comedian like had like the puppets and shit?
Yeah, they were dancing. That's what I was thinking about.
Used to be a comedian had these puppets on the street.
Oh, I know who. I can't remember his name. That nigga, he went from he was yet alive and now he's dead.
All right, so what happened? Oh, so go to the big talent show. As I said on the other show, you have a whole group sitting right there talking very loudly, and you're just allowed to keep just sitting there watching your whole performance, and y'all in a competition. That was very smart. When you get to the show, we talked about earlier, him stopping Duck to take the L for him. We talked about that one. That was commendable. Even though it wasn't. All you do is say, hey, go get your goddamn manager. It shit could have been solved right there. Or If he was a G, hey Duck, go stand over by the piano, and you gonna play the piano.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure it go down.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we got security. You stand by the piano. You knock the nigga out of the way. Go.
Right.
That's what happened anyway. So that showed how Duck had more initiative right there. So boom. After that, you run up on your table, your boys. You got Big Red talking to your boys. You know who Big Red is, but you approach him with a smile, and you say his name with affection.
Jimmy, it's been a long time.
That was Big Red to Jimmy. I'm talking about
right.
Jimmy.
He talked about Red.
No, he said Big Red. Like and he had a smile on his face. This nigga bootlegs his own artist, and you know about all his shiesty dealings, but you cheesing on this nigga face. Big Red.
But Eleanor also has to take an L. Bitch, you put your hand out to be kissed.
No, she probably would have had that to be shaken.
No, when you do this.
And then he hit her with the French.
You knew what he said. You knew what he said.
So you're saying that she would have been real if she hit her with the head nod.
What up? What's up, Nick?
Stop fuck, nigga.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Ce soir.
So the L right there for not telling Big Red get the fuck away from my boys and shit. He also he acted like he didn't want to tell because Eleanor. Well, Jimmy has something very important to tell you guys. Okay. I'll tell you. This Saturday we're gonna record our first single. Bitch, you can just tell him that shit. Act like you didn't want to tell him and shit.
I'll go ahead and tell him. Yeah.
I fucking.
I'll tell him on Friday.
What you doing tomorrow?
And then would that have even come up if they had won that talent show?
Jimmy was like, I ain't paying for this shit. Nah, it probably.
And then why did he make Duck exert and waste all that energy writing We Haven't Finished Yet if y'all were just gonna give them the pressing of I've got nothing but love for you?
What I thought it was at the time was he had to write the B side to that record. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Well, then you wouldn't say single. A single is one song
with the instrumental and acapella.
Yes,
yeah, I remember those days. But I think he had to write the B side. I guess we haven't finished.
The B side would have been the acapella and the instrumental.
They weren't doing that back in the day.
Yes, they were.
They were doing instrumentals.
You could have the long version of it on the A side, and then the B side would be just the beat.
But I know some do have B sides with another song on it.
I haven't seen them.
Well, example of that was more the 80s. But the B side to Jesus, which song of Purple Rain? Which song of Purple Rain had
the 80s?
I just said it was the 80s.
In the 50s and 60s, they weren't doing that.
I want to easily combat that, but I just can't think off the top of my head. So I'll let you have that.
Thank you.
Now.
Well, I think it went off the top of my head. Oh, yeah.
We'll bring it back when you got it.
Thank you. I said all the 45s that mom got in the house. We can't think of one. Damn shame. Anyway, we talked about the other show, the L, where he went to the white record label. They pulled out the Five Horsemen. All of a sudden, they went across the street to Big Red immediately. Like there wasn't like 87,000 record companies back then. Or he could start his own record label. Could call Sam. Could call somebody. Got that shit done.
Said Sam.
No, Sam was dead by then. Never mind. Record label. We talked about the publishing. He gave away Duck's publishing. Without even a fight. What think about it?
But then he said
only thing he really cared about was his options as a manager.
Oh, so that was his option as a manager?
Those are his options. That didn't have nothing to do with
publishing.
None of that had anything to do with the group. He was concerned about his standings as a manager. So that is why Big Red said, I'm sure that any contract you have on these boys is locked tight.
So pause. He said 6 1-year options.
Correct.
The year was 1968.
Correct.
All that shit popped off with with him and Jimmy was in 72, 73.
No, it was in the early 70s.
I want to say
70.
70. I want to say 70, 71.
That's what I said. Yeah.
No,
About 3 years later.
Oh wait. When did the what's called happen? Back in the middle. That was 72.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
And he was dead by then.
So really, he had like two 1 year options.
So I want to say about 3 years in.
So here's my thing with he said six 1 year options.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that works, right? No. So it's 6 1 year options. Who gets the option to leave or who gets the option to pick? That was never discussed. If it's 6 1 year options and Big Red gets to decide, yeah, they get the fuck out of here. You can't say shit about it. It's in the contract.
And that's probably where it played in with Eddie Kane.
Pretty much. Because he can opt. Because if Big Red can opt out at any time, it doesn't matter what Jimmy say. But if Jimmy can opt out, then that's different.
Right.
So I think it was in Big Red's favor. That's why he pulled what he pulled. So another L for Jimmy for not paying attention to his own goddamn contract negotiation. He didn't control. Like I think him and Eddie could have sat down and had a conversation, and would have solved a lot of things. I know Monroe was there getting on his head, and doing
but I feel as if there was no speaking sense into Eddie at that point.
At what? They didn't really show it. At what point did the split happen? They didn't really show like something that actually happened. It was just like, oh, Eddie started getting high, and then he came in the show.
And that's it. So you never can pinpoint exactly at what point stardom starts to have that effect on somebody.
Boom. Sorry.
So the whole world is an ashtray for Eddie Kane.
Eddie Kane.
At that point, he's now high on himself and drugs.
So that's the point where him and Jimmy split happened.
So that wasn't just a split between him and Jimmy. That was also a split between him and the Heartbeats. That was also a split between him and Baby Doll. He had a split with reality.
Damn, Eddie.
And once a person splits like that, there's really not no talking sensical to them.
I want to bring something back around from the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
The part where the ad lib that Eddie Kane did on the award scene.
Mm-hmm.
So they were showing in the documentary like different scenes that didn't make the movie. One being the Bobby Casanova. We'll talk about that part later. But one they showed where we're talking about how I would say uncontrollable, or how he was kind of unraveling Michael Wright on the set.
Mm-hmm.
Was with the ad lib he did, like when they had the scene where they're getting the award on the movie. He just says like, oh, thank you very much, and that's all it was. But there's a version of it, and they showed it on the documentary where he's like, see, Dad, I am shit. And I was like, damn, that should have been the fucking movie, because that would have been powerful and shit. It acted emotional depth to show that, hey, I'm still struggling with trying to live up to my father's to show my father I am shit, tied into
get his approval.
Yeah, get his approval to tie into all that stuff. So I thought they should have kept that scene, but I also understand with how they shot that scene, how do you force that part in?
Right.
Because it was like the music was going on, all that stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to bring that part back up. Now back to Jimmy's L's. So what part did I leave up on?
Not royalties, but options.
Options. Boom. So they signed a deal, they get big, boom, boom, boom. So another thing I noticed about the movie, it took them about an hour for them to get to the point where, they started making it. Jimmy was dead in 18 minutes after that. So I'm thinking about like, damn, what happened after the part when they signed a contract? I was like, oh yeah, everything kicked off. So a lot of L's we didn't see in that part. So the next time we see Jimmy was out at the concert. So when Eddie showed up late, or either that
Flash, the situation
with Flash. So that situation, why do you pull Eddie to the side or get somebody to get Eddie? Hey, Duck. Hey, Dresser. Hey, Choir Boy. Hey, JT. Okay, one of y'all 4 other 5 Heartbeat members get this other nigga, please.
He's uncontrollable.
But just like in the scene before with the manager that he asked for that he never tried to get again, he didn't follow up and he didn't try. Take the L. Then you have him sitting up there allowing Choir Boy to sing lead. He's sitting there watching Flash instead of trying to figure out what the fuck Eddie is. Another L. Then next time we see Jimmy, he's in Big Red's office looking at open apples and getting away his legal plans.
Looking at open apples. Pause, my nigga. No.
What open apples? Open apples?
Open asses.
We call asses apples now?
Yeah,
Apple bottoms.
Bonita Applebaum. Bonita.
Since both of y'all gave me two separate examples at the exact same time, I will pause myself. So he was looking at Big Red Open and Apple.
We the same person. Shit.
So it was two separate examples. That was the great part at the exact same time. Anyway, so gave away his whole legal plan. Wait. First off, he walked in there talking about, hey, what was so important that we couldn't wait till tomorrow? Me and Eleanor had plans.
Well, then you should have stuck with them.
Hey, Jimmy, you know what it's called? Boundaries. Hey, I really need you to come over here. Nigga, I'll be here tomorrow. Like, I don't have to show up. I'll be here tomorrow.
Because your office hours are from
9
to 5.
to 5.
So obviously, so obviously, bitch, if you not Bird, you know, you're well aware of what his office hours are.
So since you know you're not Bird, he should know what time it was.
Because once again, it's
so he's trying to show that motherfucker what time it was. So boom, walks in. He didn't establish boundaries. L. He gets in there. He's talking about, hey, I'm talking about buying you out. You have your fucking mind. Pause. I'm giving you the opportunity to make some money, like Big Red said.
like
You have no
to
concept.
your pockets, and I completely agree with Big. I know this is gonna sound villainous and fucked up, but hear me out.
It's not.
I agree with Big Red. You don't actually have a contract. Even at this point, you don't have a contract and you're 4 years in with these niggas. You still don't have a contract. You're still working off of a verbal agreement and a handshake. Because I trust my boys. Well, all of your boys obviously ain't to be trusted.
All your boys weren't there at your house. You should talk about the one who was not there. Where was he at? Probably was at Big Red's house.
And he probably put the most trust in Eddie because Eddie was the one that came out and said, you need to speak to our manager.
Damn. Take that out. So boom. He then proceeds to tell Big Red about himself.
Mm-hmm. Some shit you should have kept to yourself.
He hung niggas out the. And you know what? I appreciate him.
And that's the most egregious part of all of it because I mean, first of all, I'm not Bird, bitch. Now you put my business out here.
So that tell me, so you know about Bird, and then you say I'm taking your ass to court. So you tell me about an assault that I did, and then you bring up court.
Yeah, you know more. You know too much.
You're doing too much. You know what you want. You're doing too much. What you know and what you act upon
are two different things.
So you proceed to tell him the whole legal plan, tell him what he's going to spew out. So Big Red just opened up his apple, unleashed the Slytherin spell, got the nigga the fuck out of here, call the garbage man up, handle that. So the final,
y'all niggas gonna make me.
So the final L that Jimmy took, well, no, besides him standing like a Newport man I was by the car, was when Big Red said, and I quote, after Jimmy said that this is between me and you.
Mm-hmm. He said, maybe.
So let me pause for a second. Kim Nice Keister.
Not Kim ass.
Oh, Kimmy ass. If you were in said situation, and somebody said that to you, like, hey, it's between me and you, you're like, maybe, what are you going to do?
We shall see.
You'll call your garbage truck first. Have to next to your car. I would say, I'm like this.
It'll be on. Now it's a threat.
Is it once again on?
Now, I would proceed to throw hands because now you're disrespecting. You disrespect my wife.
Talking about my wife.
Disrespect my wife.
Nigga say.
So it's like, Eddie, step outside real quick. Let me handle this between me and him, and then we're gonna be throwing hands. So he ain't got his bodyguards around, so I can't. It's just me and you
and Eddie, hi. He ain't gonna do shit. So you gotta handle that situation right there. You gonna die anyway.
Die with some dignity.
Die like a man.
Oh, you probably wouldn't even like if you would have washed them. Then now it's like, okay, now I gotta move. We gotta move. Me and Eleanor gotta move.
You gonna die anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Again, we gotta move. Ain't gonna be no. We gonna go check out a couple of sets down at the bar. Ain't gonna be no. I'm just gonna be outside. We gotta move. Watch this nigga.
Well, A, it's another thing I thought of. Jimmy could stay in the house. They live in a high rise. They can't get to him up there. B, think about the course of action. Once he said,
once again, it's on.
Oh, no. Once he said, I'm not Bird. Mm-hmm. You've just closed negotiations.
But that because you let off with the most egregious thing.
Yeah, you could start like, hey, I know you still bootleg records of your own artists.
Because that technically ain't even assault. It doesn't matter that he brought him back up. That's attempted murder.
I heard you do payola. And then I'm not Bird. Oh shit.
Not only I know you do payola, I have a list of DJs.
Oh, you've been investigating. No, you've been the feds. Okay.
So again,
yeah, you gotta get washed.
You are heavily into my business. And I'm not here for it.
Yeah, so at that point, when he was like, you trying to muscle me as a friend, I'm trying to put some money
into your pockets.
Pause. Breathe. That's gonna work out. Either we're gonna fight here, we'll fight later. We'll die here, we'll die later. Mm-hmm. Big Ray, I'm gonna take that check. Yeah, so you get about 100,000, you not walk away. Take the money back to Eleanor. Hey, baby, we'll go out to eat, have a nice little dinner.
Let's go to Paris.
Hey, you know what? I talked to the heartbeats. You know what? I just want to spend my time with you. Like Big Red trying to fuck. You know what? I get you away from this. He's been very disrespectful.
That Big Red trying to fuck.
I mean, but he was.
So I decided it's too much disrespect going on. You know what? And you know what? You can spit it how you want to spit it. You know what? I thought about what we talked about over these years. You know what? I would rather spend time with you like the old days. You work on your business, grooming these chicks, and then I just want to sit at the house.
And that's when she would hit him with, "I've been fucking Dresser," or JT.
Or JT.
Hey, no, I've been fucking Dresser. I've been fucking Dresser on the dresser. And Brenda's got a baby. But baby don't even know she got a.
And I want a divorce. So now she's gonna take half majority of that money he just got.
So either way, Jimmy was fucked. So Jimmy had a lot of L's, but the final L was the most egregious. Take the money
and run.
Just walk away.
You ain't got to run when you take the money. You just walk off.
We walk off confidently. You do what everybody wants.
Technically, when you're dealing with Red and you know the type of motherfucker he is, you take the money and you run.
Yeah, because obviously, I said you knew him beforehand.
Exactly.
So maybe in 10 years, you see him again and be
very. But I would like to go back to something that we brought up on episode 34.
Mm-hmm. Meme 34.
Meme 34. You did not stop and check with any other record label.
You could have went to A&B earlier.
You could have went to You could have went to Motown.
Where Burry, right?
You could have went to Stax over at Memphis.
You could have went to Chess Records.
What's that, Chess? there's mad different things. He didn't go to Motown.
You could have went to Sonar. Look at us knowing all these record labels from back in the Gap.
Jimmy didn't know.
Obviously. Oh God, I didn't know.
Oh, maybe he just didn't want to do the work. He's like, damn, I feel like driving all the way out there to get it got down. He's probably
That's lazy management.
Right.
How much money did Big Red actually give Jimmy in his expense accounts?
Yeah, because like, hey.
But you don't, and he didn't want to talk about that.
He glossed over that part.
Your expense account?
So no, he tried to throw him off. Talk about your 2 sets of books. Like, yeah, I'm not in one of those books.
Nigga, you in one of them, either the real or the fake.
But you got the bread.
Look where y'all live at.
You live in a condo and you don't have a contract on these boys.
They can leave you at any time.
You live in a condo and you don't have a contract. So legally, I shouldn't even be giving you paychecks.
So as a
friend,
yeah,
as a friend, he was putting money in his
pockets.
So
and then he was trying to give him some money for the long term.
I'm gonna need to buy you out.
Jimmy lost.
You didn't get them on American Bandstand. You ain't got to get them on Jet. You didn't want to get them no cars. You ain't do none of that. You just getting paid. What is you doing?
Nothing but get paid.
He just going on the road with him.
I mean, and Eddie wasn't wrong. You're not doing nothing but getting paid. Yes, you
playing your saxophone at night.
Actually, I just thought about something too. Jimmy fucked up because technically Jimmy could have got more money.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy wanted to be their manager, but he never specified what type of manager. There's a business manager and a road manager. So that nigga got 20%. If he did
contracts. And technically he was just the road manager.
Yeah, Red was doing the business.
Well, yeah, he handed that over to Big Red, yes. That's what he could have showed his true stuff if he did that.
True powers. Well, we can go ahead and get into the third segment, meme conspiracy theories. What ifs?
All right.
So the dark matters of Bobby Casanova.
So, you want to break that one down? You want me to do it? What you do?
Go ahead, sir.
Of course you want me to do it. All right. So, boom. Bobby, my husband in the lobby. So, boom. As we saw Bobby Casanova's, as we thought at the time, untimely demise after getting shot in the leg and then getting flipped over a Buick Skylark or whatever the fuck that was.
It was a heavy car.
Yeah, it was very heavy. And then he had one shot leg and a broken leg. And we didn't see him again after that. So as we stated in the first show, there was another script that had Bobby being the being a solo artist and doing the Bobby, my husband's in the lobby song. But us here at the meme, we think very differently. We say, hey, Bobby didn't die, so he's still somewhere in the universe. And he was a very evil person. You could tell by his smile. When matter of fact, I think Bobby's the one that told Eddie to cheat in that card game. I thought about that too. So as we thought about it, it was like, what if Bobby Casanova was the actual evil villain that caused a lot of the evilness that happened throughout the movie? So that's
interesting. Go ahead, bye.
So we already talked about the beginning part with the whole card game that was, of course, set up by Bobby Casanova. I'm pretty sure that he had a hand in Bird and the Midnight Falcons, and he probably told them that they were going to be there at what time they're going to be there, so they could be there watching them. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that was tied in. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that he got with who won the second talent show at Lil J's. Do you remember the
Flash won the first, and then
they never said who they go against the second time.
I don't remember.
Did they lose the baby doll and the crystals?
Nah, they couldn't.
And that's how he got hooked on that crystal?
Or what if he lost to Bobby Casanova? To say it. So, all right, go back to shit. So, it's like, so going to the Big Red record. So, I wanted to say that, as we said earlier, Big Red's not really a bad guy. He's just a guy, he's just a little old country boy.
With a small
record label.
But he did work hard for his artists.
You see how many cars, each of them got a new car?
What color you want?
5 of them.
So all the evil stuff Well, we can't really address like so. Bobby did beat Bird's ass. we can't transport the body to that one.
That falls on his own under Big Red. Some things is warranted.
Well,
Big Red handed that to him.
No, that ass whooping was unnecessary because he tried to be calm with him.
No.
Like, wait, no. What
are you talking about?
When
Red, are you saying who was being calm? Big Red?
Big Red was being calm in the beginning.
Yeah, like, hey, you
Yeah.
know, can you see him talking to us? Like,
Yeah.
Can you see him talking to the homies? No, I need to talk to you now, motherfucker.
So as a man, so that was a very evil. That was just basically as a man, you challenged me, so I had to show you my level of power.
When he said, I need to talk to you now, motherfucker, he was like, hey, my office hours are from 9 to 5.
And then he said,
fuck your office hours. So it's like, hey, I was cool the first response, gave you the second response. Then I'm gonna have to,
I need to look something up. Fee, you look this up. Can you find out what day that the 5 Heartbeats came out on? And then right after that, find out what day Juice came out on. Because I want to know who said fuck harder. Pause.
I want to talk to you now, motherfucker.
Either Roy Fagan or Tupac.
March 29th.
That's where
1991. That's
5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats.
It came out first.
So well, I can't say Pac saw the 5 Heartbeats. He went back and redid it, but very harsh.
Juice didn't come out till 92.
Oh
yeah, so yeah, Pac sold that shit. Anyway, so rewind. So the bad business dealings, the double books, the pressing bootleggers. Like who pressed up bootleggers of Big Red's artists? Could it have been Bobby?
In the shadows.
Monroe. I believe that Monroe did that.
Monroe was handling that.
Monroe was with Eddie. He had time to do all that shit. He had to go ahead.
He's supplying the drugs.
Yeah, so he was sitting next to. He was always with Eddie. The only time he left Eddie was go get more drugs to bring him back to Eddie. So he ain't got time to do that shit. Who you can get?
Bobby Casanova.
Boom. Who do you think drove Big Red to the funeral?
Monroe was too high.
Bobby lost that leg.
Well, no. He had a
prosthetic
leg, and he had one of those things to drive the car, like little canes, which is how he was able to drive the dump truck to kill Jimmy.
I could see that.
Yes. So Bobby has been working in the shadows all this time. So while you think Big Red is a very evil record label owner, he's doing what's necessary for business to keep business running.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby was the evil one in the back, handling business.
In the shadows.
So, okay. This is my theory on Bobby Casanova.
Bobby Casanova, a true villain. So with we brought up the Flash and the 5 Horsemen.
Mm-hmm. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, first we said what Lonely at the Top.
What would it sound like?
What would it sound like?
It came out with 91.
No, Lonely at the Top was.
That was 72.
Mm-hmm.
So could it have been Let's Get It On?
No.
Songs in the Key of Life?
No, God no. Flash was very it was probably very disco-y.
72?
Disco was popping in the 70s.
Mid to late.
72?
Oh, okay.
Boogie woogie oogie, you just can't boogie no more. Shout out to Just for Feet. Had to listen to them goddamn songs every day.
No, I can see him doing a disco album in the late 70s, yes. Because Flash was that type of nigga.
He just ride waves.
I wouldn't be surprised if does Flash have a hip hop album somewhere?
Have a who?
A hip hop album.
Flash and the 5 Horsemen?
Yeah.
Baby.
So he was rapping on that album?
I want to say he was doing both. It sounded like jam.
No, it didn't. The nerve.
The nerve of a nigga.
Got the jam. It ain't too much. It ain't Goku.
Goku. So, I forgot what the fuck.
Lonely at the Top.
Let's try to think what album came out. Marvin. Like what would he have the old Motown sound? What he be trying to do? Wait. Do we take the cue from the machine that went to the red?
The needle went all the way up.
So he'd been doing like some funk shit. So he might have hooked up with goddamn
George Clinton and
Clinton
them.
Hell yeah.
Bootsy now.
Hell yeah.
I want to say that he would have done whatever was the most popping at the time. And as the I'm not going to say that the heartbeats were on a decline because they weren't, but he had reached the heights with them that he wasn't getting when he was solo on a Chitlin circuit. So why not use this? And everybody will be like, yo, I know Flash, lead singer of the Heartbeats.
And the Night Falcons.
That's
No,
Bird.
not Falcons. Ebony Sparks. Yes.
Flash and the Midnight Falcons.
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Now, what about the Kiss Me Where the Sun Don't Shine? Like the album with the Five Horsemen.
Heavy D produced that.
I said that Teddy Riley passed on doing Michael Jackson's Dangerous album to work on Flash and the Five Horsemen.
Why would he do that?
No, that's
Nigga, it's Flash and the Five Horsemen. Nigga, what are you talking about? You want to work with
Flash
Mike?
wasn't bigger than Mike.
You want to work with Mike Jiggy, or do you want to work with?
I mean, but we are
Flash?
also living in a parallel universe to where Mike didn't exist.
Well, Mike could have existed.
Mike started in Juice in the 80s, so Mike wasn't around.
I said we're living in a.
Yeah, that's what I said. So Mike died in the 80s because he started as a bishop in the 1980s Juice.
Oh, we said bad was his last album and shit.
So the Dangerous never got worked out quite.
Yeah, so Teddy had nothing to do. He worked on Keith's album. He was good. So he's like, hey, let me work with Flash and the Five Horsemen. I like their high tops.
No, he was more going to focus on Aaron Hall's career.
So let me I'm gonna add this part to it. Since this is
I'm trying to help you with a point y'all brought up.
With
Aaron
that.
Hall versus who?
That's coming.
I was trying to
He tried to
lead
do
you.
the alley-oop.
I'm trying to lead you there.
Well, give
I'm
me one
getting
second
hungry.
before I get there, let me ask one thing. So, are all of Robert Townsend's movies in the same universe?
I know where you're going.
Sure.
A, the boxes.
The blonde boxes.
They still there for the Five Horsemen.
That could have been just a precursor to let y'all know, hey, this is coming.
So, are the Five Horsemen the real the financial supporters of the Golden Lords?
It's not a far fetch.
Just put it out there.
And then you got your boy Bird came back around and was like, let me be the leader of that hoe.
yeah, cause he's still mad about that red shit.
Right.
So we're gold. So in honor,
just told you Don Cheadle
Don Cheadle did audition for it.
Damn.
So
I'm sorry.
so in honor of Fee's appetite, transition over.
I'm hungry than a motherfucker.
So I like how we had this conversation now when like I wasn't hungry during the which episode was that when we eat? So I was hungry last week. Anyway, so boom.
You ate before you got over here. What you talking about?
That was at noon o'clock, nigga. It's about to be 7.
Damn, your digestive system. I'm a tabo.
Who only eats once every 8 hours?
Once a day.
Neither one of you look like you eat once a day. Maybe you
It's-
should
it's-
try eating more tiny meals.
No, that's why we only eat once a day.
Hey, wait till we get to Mean Number 100, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna be goddamn looking like.
Wait till we do what?
Wait till we get to Mean 100, boy. See what I look like.
20 weeks.
See what I look like.
So
I'm gonna have to start phoning in, niggas.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
All right. So as we talk
Yeah,
about your favorite artist.
Whole meal over here. A whole meal.
So who do you think did more cocaine, Aaron Hall or Eddie K. Jr.? So you hungry? He said you're hungry. Let's go.
I didn't know that was the question.
It wasn't.
Need to snap back into this goddamn show.
Yes. She's in. No, but in all seriousness. So Eddie Kane versus Aaron Hall. Who said that?
It's one of y'all. It wasn't me.
It was I.
Break it down.
I'm trying to remember how we get there. Oh, because we were talking about
R.
the Now we did say this is one of the questions I had when Eddie was talking at the end in the church scene, and he speaking with Duck, and he said, "I got these artists I'm working with. The boys can warble." So then we was like, "Who are those boys that could warble?" So somebody said it was who said it was R. Kelly or Aaron Hall? No, they said it was
R. Kelly because R. Kelly came out in 91.
Okay.
We said they could have been, he said the boys. So I'm thinking more along the lines of maybe High Five and those guys.
Well, needless to say, we said that what if it was R. Kelly?
In the public announcement.
Right. And then Eddie gave them the sound. And then so we already know that Aura stole Aaron's whole style.
Mm-hmm.
So then it became okay, if Eddie gave Aura the sound,
mm-hmm.
we need to talk about Eddie versus Aaron.
If that is the case, then there's only one common denominator, and I can make it fit.
What is it, sir?
Duck.
Did Duck write or help, because he was supposed to help write for the boys who could warble?
So if that was R. Kelly in the public announcement, what if one of those plaques on Duck's wall is for guys I like? AKA, what if Duck wrote for Guy, which is how he met Aaron Hall, and it gave him the same flavor for the R. Kelly album, or the public announcement album, born in the 90s.
I would say that this happens in the industry every day.
I agree with that.
So Duck is responsible for the war between Aaron and Aura, but being that
No.
Yes, because if
he's writing for both,
if he's writing
that happens in the industry every day.
No, but we're saying if R. Kelly was managed by Eddie and Duck is the one that he has to write for, but he's also wrote for Guy, he gave R. Kelly Air Hall sauce.
Technically, Duck's not responsible. Eddie is. Period. Because Eddie asked Duck to write for him.
But he didn't tell him, hey, draw off of Aaron Hall.
Yeah, because remember, Eddie been in the church. He don't know who Aaron Hall is.
He didn't tell him to draw off of Aaron.
I'm just saying, he asked him to help, but it was Duck who drew from Aaron Hall. So it wasn't like Eddie was like, hey, Aaron Hall popping out here. I need you to take his sound and,
Duck just wrote, you make it sound how you make it sound. Duck just wrote it.
You know what? Just for the sake of argument, Eddie was a sneaky ass nigga. So Eddie was probably sneaking listening to Guy albums and shit.
And I wouldn't doubt it. So you can't put that on Duck.
Well, what if Duck, being that he still had tension with the 5 Heartbeats, did that purposefully?
He didn't have tension with the 5 Heartbeats. He was okay with everybody except for JT. That's completely different. Don't do that.
Well, why ain't talk to Choir Boy then?
What
did Choir Boy do?
It's just been years. They fell out of touch. It happens every day.
Not after going on stage, throw a sneak distance to your brother and your fiance.
Just your brother. Your ultimate beef was with your brother. That's why when he met up with Choir Boy and Eddie, it was nothing.
What was Dresser doing? I thought about that shit. I thought, yeah, you went at the church. Like, what the fuck was he doing all this time?
Him and Brenda had a baby.
Brenda.
But I wouldn't put that on Duck. I can't put that on Duck because Duck just wrote the song. And the fact that he wrote songs for both Aura and Guy, and technically, let's be clear. Let's be completely clear. He wrote songs for Guy and for the public announcement. These niggas weren't solo. He wrote them for groups.
I have one more thing to add to this theory.
Mm-hmm.
Duck was guilty about it. So you know what Duck did to make right? He wrote a song for Aaron Hall called I Miss You. And became Aaron Hall's biggest hit.
So who wrote Don't Be Afraid?
Aaron Hall. Either Aaron Hall or Anthony Stone. Matter of fact, hell yeah, it was motherfucking choir boy. He was trying to sneak right while he's in church.
I want to get on this action.
he tried to be able to have one foot in the game and one foot with the Lord. And shit.
The Lord.
So yeah, that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Anything else y'all want to add?
No, she just wants to eat. She on Uber Eats right now.
So this concludes season 8, where we show you why we're great. Meme number 90 entitled "The 5 Heartbeats Revisited."
Didn't you have notes?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
Hashtag.
Did you read any of them?
Jimmy was a trash manager. Hashtag. Your word and your handshake is good enough for me. No, it's not. Hashtag. Jimmy, it's been a long time. Hashtag. Crossing over ain't nothing but a double cross. Hashtag.
That's better.
Yes. Yes, it's starting to kick out. Hashtag. I just want him to be a better man than me. No, you don't. Hashtag. Let me know you understand.
I don't.
Hashtag. Walking to the edge of erotica. Boy, did he start writing Jeanne books? Is that Jeanne?
That is Johnny.
Is that Zane?
That's Zane.
That Zane Chronicles?
Zane.
So ain't that
The
JT?
Sex Chronicles. That's Zane.
No, that's so Zane is JT. Low key.
Low key, JT.
That's Zane. Because he was talking about that erotica shit back in the 60s. So hashtag.
That nigga said, I want us to live out the fantasies of the wildest sex novels.
And walk to the edge of erotica.
I wish a nigga
Boy,
would.
which books are you reading? But they don't say that
I
in the hood.
wish a nigga would.
My Bible don't say that.
Bad, boy. Hashtag, go get your boy and detox him. Hashtag, show him, dresser. Hashtag,
Cat daddy.
hashtag, where's Bobby? Hashtag, fuck your office hours. Cuz, hashtag,
Fuck gravity.
I don't want to spend another night.
I'm not
in
Bird.
your gravity.
Hashtag, how does it feel to be me? Hashtag,
Bye bye birdie.
rock a bye, baby. Hashtag, we wouldn't be together if it wasn't for me. Hashtag, you overstepping your bounds just a little bit, don't you think? Hashtag, last one. Big Red was doing what he was supposed to do.
That's untrash management.
Indeed.
And technically, wasn't he waste management if he took out the trash?
Jimmy was trash and Big Red just
Took
delivered.
him out.
So we forgot a hashtag.
What was it?
Hashtag, you got your woman in check, man? Hashtag, me too.
Shout out to Monroe. So, topics of discussion we discussed today.
Hashtag get out. Get out.
Let me on. Let me on. Not double O. Let me on. So we talked about 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Memories like That's why I can't hit the high notes. I couldn't hit the high notes. I was like, I'm feeling better. I was like, I'm feeling better, so maybe I could hit these notes. Memories. Memories like they used to be. Take it down an octave.
We got it.
Memories. Like they used to be.
Nigga, kick the rhymes.
Matter of fact, get on the horn and call the 5 horsemen to do this shit for you.
Nigga, rap that shit.
Memories.
Like they used to.
Yo, once again, it's on.
Once again, it's on.
We'll take it from here.
Memifying the movie. Again.
Memories like they used to be.
I'm gonna play Dresser. Used to be.
Nigga, that's better than what you just did.
Boom, boom,
That
boom.
nigga was proud that was his only. Boom, 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 boom.
Bust out. And we did our meme-spiracy theories. So join us in 2 weeks where we'll have meme number 91. We haven't decided what we're going to do for meme 91. It's either going to be a Kenny album, Dave Chappelle.
I don't think Kenny's coming.
Pause. So yeah, so
You niggas need to stop.
a Kenny album, Dave Chappelle. We got Standing for Whammon episode or meme. So we got a lot to choose from. So we'll figure it out and we'll let you guys know. So where you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and all podcast platforms. You're only getting season 8 and up on those platforms. If you want seasons 1 through 7.5, pre and post shows, and other exclusive content, go to our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/theMEMEpodcast. Donate, support, and become a meme or a memer. In closing.
If there's a heart in the house tonight, not you. Stand up.
Stand up.
I thought he was gonna try to hit that note.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at me to be quiet.
No, I thought he was gonna.
Do the high.
Yeah.
Oh, stand up. That part.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Let me know if you understand. If there's a heart in the house,
Boom, boom, boom.
you got to have love. You got to have love in your heart
A
tonight.
heart is a house.
Is a house for love, not love.
I've learned. A heart is a house.
You got to build it. You got to. Right.
Let me know you
Let
understand.
me know you understand. All right.
Cool.
Cool, buddy.
That's how close mine out too.
Oh, okay, that's you. Okay,
Don't
y'all
beat me,
did the
say it.
duet. Y'all did that duet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll close by saying, life is but a meme. You can either dream, express, I have no feel, or no chill. Let me redo that. Oh,
Did he say no feel?
Yeah, no feel. Life is but a meme. You can either dream, express, or have no chill. But at the end of the day, we give a fuck how you feel. This is the Meme Podcast. This is the Meme Podcast. When it comes to black entertainment, we reign supreme. All facts. We are the supreme meme team. We clout chasing, keeping up, and about waking people up. We honor both. If you have a problem with that,
Pull up if you want that smoke.
And it'll be that way until I say cease.
We out of here. Peace.
You're now listening to Meme. Meme. You're now listening to Meme. Yeah.